Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Ringlight Fables. I am your host and dungeon master, Skijaramaz, otherwise known as Tone Shift. I just realized that I forgot to update the episode title at the top. There we go, we're on session 44. With me today, we have our full cast of players. We have SepiaWolfe playing Tuki Fletcher, our Crovan thief.
Hello.
We have Mick playing Shianor, our Raithari wizard.
Hi.
We have Willyzin playing Ludviek, our Raithari paladin.
Greetings.
We have Goldwyn playing Minnove, our kobold bard and sorceress.
Hi.
And last but certainly not least, we have Impulsive playing Kari, our Crovan bard. Someone quick, he's being swirlied. Someone help him.
Swirlied?
Either he was being swirlied or he was mimicking the sound of a turkey, and I cannot tell which.
Toiletflush.mp3.
I once did a video in which Obi-Wan Kenobi flushed Anakin down the toilet.
What?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's not a name I heard since I swirlied your father. He was a pupil of mine before he went into the sewer.
Oh my god.
Right.
Let's see here. Oh my god, I found it. Oh shit, okay. I'm not gonna play it here, but I am gonna leave it in chat for you all if you want to watch it. It's called Forgive Me, Anakin. It's an old one.
Oh, way to start off this game.
Right? just talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi flushing Anakin Skywalker down the toilet. We have not played this in about 3 weeks, and I have been to and returned from London in that time, so we might be just a little bit off of our A-game. But, with all of that said, let's go ahead and launch into a recap of prior events, shall we? So,
We shall.
where last we left off, our party of adventurers had journeyed once more into the Forest of 1,000 Rivers at the behest of the Sunan priest Jorna, in the hopes of locating a monastery that had failed to report in of late, a remote and isolated place where devout followers of Suna could be closer to the beating heart of her domain and from there hear her will. Upon arrival at the monastery, however, they discovered that it was seemingly abandoned, and in some places there were signs of a confrontation and a conflict, some sort of disturbance. Further investigations revealed a record of one of the priests who resided here discussing how a wild animal had been discovered out in the wilds, a deer that had seemingly been infected with a fowler worm, but was not hostile, an unusual circumstance that afforded the priests the opportunity to try and save it by performing a usually impossible surgery. However, the deer lost its marbles, went on a bit of a rampage, and left. Shortly thereafter, one of the other priests of the monastery began to show symptoms of infection and was quarantined. He began to scream and rave and rant about who knows what in a language none of the priests present understood, before seemingly all of the priests were attacked and taken by an onslaught of creatures, wild and from both the surface and the world below that plucked them up and took them who knows where. It was some days after this disaster that the party arrived, found the traces of all of this, and were curiously brought into contact with a red cardinal that is visibly infected, but as the deer in the report, does not appear to be hostile, and in fact is capable of communication. However, before much information could be gleaned, the party ran into another infected creature, a wolf, which, after belching or something, called upon the monastery a rather large horde of infected creatures, Catharian wolves, and one Narloth, which got fucked over in the doorway by a pair of bear traps. A long and intense battle broke out, during which time the party expended the last of their resources but were able to repel the attackers, in the course of which two members of the group, I believe it was specifically Tuki and Ludviek, momentarily came into contact with something else that regarded them with curiosity, spoke with them from a distance, and noted and implied the faith of Suna being a fiction before its influence in your minds was repulsed through the use of the Lay on Hands spell. In the aftermath of all of this carnage and confusion and the fighting, wounds to be tended and questions that need answering was where we left off, and so that is where we shall pick up. I'll go ahead and say for purposes that it's getting on towards evening at this point, the sun dipping toward the horizon and casting the world in numerous shades of deepening orange and red as it approaches the horizon. What would you all like to do?
I would like to find a bed that is ideally together and use prestidigitation to start kind of cleaning it up.
All right. Easy enough.
Just trying to make a space to sleep, like to prepare for eventual rest.
Understood. Let's see here. So, while Minnove is busying herself with finding a spot for the party to rest and just be safe and clean, let's go ahead and just keep going down the list from there, which would bring us to Kari next. What is Kari doing in the aftermath of this confrontation?
Dusting himself off, getting everything all neat and tidied on himself, and just kind of taking a look at the door and going, that's broken, all right.
It sure is. All right. Further in, kind of past where you stand, circling back around, that brings us back to Tuki, just kind of going down the list, wrapping around. You, Tuki, just got done sort of having the some manner of poison purged from you by Ludviek, so you and Ludviek kind of stand in one of the corridors with Jorna, who definitely has a fair bit of blood kind of staining the front of her dress after she and Or lopped the head off of a wolf at one point. So, as you two are in one spot, what are you two doing?
If I recall, Tuki was not in a great mood, and so I think she's just going to push past and head back to the to where we were finding notes, and see if she can find more.
All right. Go ahead and make for me an investigation check then.
Just making sure the roll is normal, not advantage.
All right. So as you're kind of coming down from the adrenaline rush and getting your head back together, you poke your head into the study room that the group had previously been in and find that there is another archive room on kind of the other side of the hallway from it. Poking your nose through both of them, it largely appears to still be more just general mundane records or handbooks and manuals on herbalism and animals, but you do find, sort of amongst it all, another journal from one of the other priests. You're not sure which one. The handwriting is definitely different from the other journal. Largely, the most recent entry, as you kind of flick through it, mostly uninteresting, the most recent entry speaks of someone who passed through the area and briefly popped into this monastery in the hopes of resupplying on various herbs and chemicals and general, healing and alchemical ingredients. Apparently a very stubborn and flamboyant man, but who was also, according to the recordings in this journal, seemingly prepared for basically anything. At least, that's the impression he gave. Going by the time and dates, it seems that this would have all happened a few days before the infected deer had arrived. Outside of that, though, you don't really find much else of note. Ludviek, what are you doing?
Well, I think there's 3 things he'd do, but I'm trying to figure out which is more priority. I guess basically he'd be checking in on anyone he wasn't around at that time. I mean, how Tuki sees her stormed off, and Ludwig's gonna share a look with Jorna at that time, and he's probably gonna ask is something happened, didn't it?
Well, beyond whatever that poison was that got into her system, she did wind up isolated in that room, surrounded for a little bit, so...
Ludwig just goes, oh. That is not good. Made a promise that I would protect her and everyone else, and...
Well...
Sometimes, Jorna, I just don't... I feel like I cannot be everywhere.
No one can be. Best thing you can do is your best where you stand.
Well then, I think she needs a bit of space right now. At least that, whatever it was, it's out. Ugh. I've never felt anything quite like that before. Alright.
You both experienced something, didn't you?
It was like a vision. Or a daydream. There was a figure, basically, that I was talking with, but not. Sharing a thought. It said some very strange things. Mostly being that of, well, aside from saying that it knew of Suna as a fiction, it also was, I don't know, it didn't seem angry at what I was doing, but it seemed interested. Like it didn't know something could push against it. And that's all the more worrying. Something I did notice. The creatures... The way they were attacking us, they were coming at us from every single angle. But here they wanted something in this place. Or they wanted us. And neither idea sounds good to me.
Well, if it's fowler worms, they're parasites, they need hosts. They were probably after us. Question then becomes, how the hell was it that they became aware of our presence so quickly?
It's possible there is information we do not know still. Well, all right. I am going to go check on Kari to make sure his daring do didn't lead to too many bruises. And then I'll check on the rest as well, and... Well, if there's anyone who can suss things out in this place, it would be Tuki or Minnove. The two of them together, nothing can hide.
And Jorna's eyes eventually sort of settle on your shoulder where the cardinal has been silently perched for the last little bit. And what about this one?
Ah, yes. Redbird. And Ludviek's just gonna look, kind of something was like, there is, and then he says in Rethari, give us a moment to check our comrades, but I believe there is much you have to say, and much I would wish to know.
The bird.
He says that in Rethari to the bird.
The bird bobs its head in a nod, pops open its wings, and goes flying off into one of the archive study rooms.
He looks back to Jorna and says, apparently it can understand her theory. And it can write in her theory.
Fascinating.
It claims to be, yet not be, a fowler worm itself. I think there is... Maybe it's an offshoot, maybe it's a different thing, I don't know.
Well,
For all I know, it could just be a very intelligent bird.
one way to
Anyway.
find out, I suppose.
He did warn me, though, about the coming fowler worms. So I do not think it is on their side. If it was, then it was a very good ploy. But I think it can at least be trusted for now. Anyway.
See to your friends.
Yes.
All right.
And then he's going to go try and find Kari to make sure none of, he didn't get too bruised.
All right.
Kind of lost sight of him.
All right. And in all of that, just really quick, just so I know, where is Shianor in all of this?
Not too far. He was like trying to get the door back together, things like that.
As I recall,
maybe.
Right, yeah, at the end of the fight, he was outside with Kari. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that in mind, you'd probably be in about the same area then. Okay. So, that in mind then. So, Ludviek, you kind of make your way through the corridors and step back out into that sort of main entrance room, kind of shuddering a little bit to see, a hall normally devoted to pacifism, desecrated with a handful of corpses and blood staining the wood paneling. Up ahead, you see kind of strolling in, looking, just kind of dusting himself off and looking around with kind of a detached look. You see Kari, and you can just kind of make out outside against the fading of the sunlight, out in the main courtyard, kind of looking around as well, Shianor, kind of looking at the damage to the door.
Ludviek would call out to both of them. Kari, Leonor, how fare you? And Kari especially. You are, well, crazy. And yet, you don't look too bad.
Well, I'm hurt, Ludviek. You really think that I can't take care of myself at this point?
It's not a matter of taking care of yourself, it's a matter of, well, anyone would be, struggling to take on two gigantic monsters. Even myself.
Well, We all have our struggles. Yours happens to be physical things, and mine happen to be things of another nature.
Oh, yes, quite, yes. Physical things. Mhm.
Roasted,
Yes.
toasted.
Well, do not worry, Kari. I'm sure that when it will come to the heavy lifting, we will call on you from now on. Maybe you can pull the cart and give Butterscotch a break.
You've never asked me to try, so...
Well then. Are you at least unharmed? Do you need any healing?
Now, do I need any healing? And, how was he injured before?
I
I know he
think
was thrown.
you were
Yeah,
thrown. I think you got hit by an acid spray at one point, but managed to not get hit by the weird charisma save that came with it. You managed to dodge that, but yeah, so.
He's gonna go, oh. Hang on, no. I can... Said, oh, I can take care of that, don't worry. And he's actually going to touch the acid part of his... where he was hit by the acid. And do a small bit of self-healing.
All right.
Save. I think that's 5 hit points.
All right.
So there we go.
All right.
All right. Well then. I shall leave you to it then, Kari. But, if anything starts acting up, let me know. It would not do well to have our strongest fighter have an injury, after all.
Oh, you flatter me.
Yes, better you be flattered than flattened.
That'd be rather inconvenient.
Entirely.
Then what are you going to do?
Yes, it's not like we can call another. Speaking of Sheanor, how was the battle for you?
I am worried. Very worried. These were not beasts, they were intelligent. They attacked us from multiple angles. Completely unusual for fowler worms.
Yes, I was thinking very much the same.
Hang on. I rolled really high on fallow worms, right?
I
I think everybody did.
I think we over 20 everybody.
something like that, yeah.
Okay. I guess my one question is this unusual behavior for a group of fowler worms, or is something
very,
like this to be
very.
expected? Okay.
Fowler worms are parasitic, and they do infect their hosts and make them act differently from normal. But, like, to draw upon like a pop culture comparison, traditionally, when a fowler worm infects something, that something becomes something akin like a zombie. It just charges at things and attacks them for sustenance to help, feed the worm that's inhabiting the host so that it can be nice and healthy when it pumps the corpse full of eggs at a later time and then leaves. So for them to act in a coordinated way as a large group is extremely unusual. It's not unheard of for them to work together sometimes, but to this extent, this is new.
Alright, so it's like if a cordyceps ant started showing levels of intelligence, be a bit freaky.
Yeah, kinda.
Gotcha. I just didn't remember
No, that's fair.
what you said about that.
It has been a few weeks. If you need to be reminded of anything, please ask and I'll do what I can.
We probably do not understand everything about these worms yet, but it almost appears like somebody or something is using them
Actually,
to accomplish his ends.
you are not far off. When Tuki and I were hit by their acid or what have you, I had a vision of some being, creature, Which, now that it happened also to Tuki, and it tried taking over her mind, I think we're dealing with some sort of force that is controlling these worms. That is, of course, just supposition at this. Supposition. Guessing. I am guessing at this point.
I see. Yes, common is a difficult language.
Fucking
It's like
English.
I hear about some words. Look, I get some words right, and some are just. Like,
I understand. I understand very well.
I believe one person said it was a commonality of Lipsidian-Loquaciousness.
What?
What?
Lipsidian-Loquaciousness.
I don't know what that word means.
Neither do I. And if it confuses God, then it confuses me too.
Very well.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, well, at least you are non-harmed. That is what I'm trying to be certain. Tuki has gone off to look into the area more, as has Minnove, I believe. I'm gonna go try and track her down. As I would say, let's try and meet up in a little bit. Probably in the center room would be best. Oh, yes. I'm gonna make sure Butterscotch is okay too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just see an opportunity to educate?
An opportunity to what?
Loquacious.
Yes, that thing.
Yeah. Yes. It means you're very chatty. A lot of
Strange.
talking. Fond of having long conversations.
It's
Like
used
yourself.
in the form of an insult.
I suppose that entirely depends on the context of the sentence.
Another person once told me, you exhibit signs of something loquaciousness.
Interesting.
And it was after a very long chat that I thought was quite good, but I'm now wondering if they were actually saying I talk too much.
Occasionally.
The lack of denial is not helping my cunt self-esteem. Alright, I'm going elsewhere. This is too much. I will have been threatened physically today. I do not need to have my psyche hurt as well. Oh, and by the way, there's apparently a cardinal that is inhabited by a follow worm that is most likely on our side.
Unusual.
Yes, it seems to be a third party. It was the one that actually alerted me that the whole horde was coming. And also alerted that the horde was coming down the other end of the hallway. So I would say twice now it has shown itself to, well, either its survival... it could just be a third party that is not in league with whatever this other force is, or it could be something else. I am not certain, but at the moment it's at least proved itself to be allied to us. Also, it only speaks for Kari, which is very curious indeed.
Very.
Especially because most of those things... well, I'll be honest. If I was much younger and I encountered such a thing, I wouldn't have hesitated to squish it. Now it's... don't know. It fills me with unease.
I have to think about this.
Well, any insight from another brother from across the way, I will appreciate. It's been far too long since I've spent any time with my own people. Sometimes I forget how much I've forgotten. Oh, but I am just pining for youth. Oh, my back. Okay, let me go find the others. And he starts calling out for Minnove, and he goes looking for her.
Alright.
Leaving Impulsive and Shayanor. Sorry, Kari and Shayanor. Yes.
Alright.
I will help clean Jorna's dress with prestidigitation. And I am very sorry about this. And then wander off to the archives and to the libraries to find anything on Paulo worms that he can.
All right. You then can go ahead and make for me an investigation check with advantage because due to your backstory as a Rythar, you would have at least a little bit more knowledge of what to look for.
Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Investigation. Oh, there.
20. All right. So you already know the basics that I've given to you all already, that, fowler worms are parasites. They infect hosts,
Of course.
hijack the bodies, and gradually drain those bodies of vitality while using them as a means of defending the worm, and use the host to devour other things to give itself more sustenance to keep the worm healthy, until it eventually finds a body of water to drown the body in, deposit a bunch of eggs in it, and then leave so that the eggs, when they hatch, can eat the body and then move on. You know that a part of how they do this is through this black gunk that they secrete that hijacks the body somehow by intercepting the signals sent by the brain. They usually attach to the spinal column near the brain stem. Is there anything more specific you're trying to find with that 20?
Yeah, I was trying to find if there was any kind of precedent that somebody was experimenting with fowler worms or doing something like that.
Okay.
Because I think that perhaps these worms have some sort of network and somebody is using that network or entering that network for some reason.
Okay. With a 20, when it comes to experimentation on fowler worms, kind of going through the archives and skimming where you can and thinking back on your own knowledge of these things, you would understand that and sort of uncover over the course of the next little bit as you're going through books that fowler worms, people who have been infected with them have been studied, and the worms themselves have been dissected on the very rare occasion where a sample or a specimen could be safely captured and contained. But as for sorry, my brain is kind of fighting a bit there. As for managing to hijack or assert control over fowler worms, this is not something that, to your knowledge, anyone has successfully been able to accomplish, largely because there has been such a small number of samples that have ever been brought to the surface. These things generally abide in the mid to lower levels of the world below, so they're very uncommon, even in the upper tiers of the world below. So finding samples and safely bringing them back for study is extremely difficult, and studying them in their natural habitat is unimaginably dangerous. It only takes one to get into your body for your whole life to be over.
Makes sense.
You do know that fowler worms do release pheromones, which they can use to, like a lot of animals, convey basic information to other fowler worms nearby. Things like food here, or potential hosts travel through this area routinely. Lie in wait, you might find one. That kind of thing.
Right.
But outside of that, you can't think of anything off the top of your head.
Okay. That's fine
That being said,
for now.
Actually, no, that tippet can be kept on in my hand for now. Okay. So, Ludviek was seeking out Minnove.
She's still just wherever the beds are and trying to make a spot for everyone to get proper rest in, especially for those who were hurt.
Yeah. So the way the rooms are kind of laid out is there's like on either side, kind of just beyond the scope of the grand entrance hall, there are these long corridors that each leads to a room, and each room has a plain desk and a bunk bed, so one bed stacked on top of another, and a few candles or lanterns to keep things lit, and that's about it.
She goes into each. I bet she. I'm gonna say she goes into each kind of room and kind of cleans each one as everyone kind of talks.
All right. So you're probably on like the third one. You're kind of tidying up when Ludviek turns up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would hear him calling for you down the corridor.
Hello? Yes?
Ah, Minnove, there you are. And he hustles over. How are you faring? Were there any injuries on you?
I'm alright. Just, make sure, Tuki got really hurt.
Yeah, Zora said as much. She stormed off towards the library. She looked like she needed a moment. I was going to go check on her, but... well, I was wondering if you'd come with.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a space
Getting
ready for...
Sleeping arrangements. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be honest, it'll be a little hard to sleep in this place after... well, all that.
Well, once we clean it up and spruce it up a little bit, give it a little bit of a girl's touch, we can start barricading ourselves in, and I'm sure Shiano or someone has some sort of alarm or trip system to if there is something that
I do
does.
also know a bit of old school ways to place a couple of things around to at least make a rudimentary alarm system. Back when I was camping by myself, it was very hard to do a night watch when you're by yourself.
Absolutely.
Yes, you would be no stranger to that too. Well, I'm sorry you have some sort of bard thing for it.
Well, I mostly just stayed in large groups, being the way that I am. I don't know, people like you, and they want you around, and you find ways to survive that way. Get off by being funny.
Yes, being amicable is quite a ways towards endearing yours to others.
Yeah.
Well, plus also, with at your height, if anything does go wrong, it's easier for you to hide in a crowd.
That is true. I have done that. Though more or less when authorities are around.
Ah. Well, do not worry. As long as you do not do anything too bad, you can always hide behind my shield. Actually, at this rate, I'm pretty sure with this size, you, Tuki, and even Kari could hide behind it. And we'd still have space.
Well, either way, and you can kind of see she's like a little distracted, kind of like, just kind of looking off, not really like participating in the conversation.
But I ramble. Is there anything on your mind?
Just that, Tuki and everyone's all right.
Yeah.
That's all. It was quite alarming. Not every day you see the undead be not undead.
Yes,
You're not dead?
That wolf was very terrifying.
Not just the wolf, just, I don't know, everything.
Now, it never looked like they were moving correctly. Like they were being Puppeted.
Yeah. Don't like that feeling. Don't like that word with that feeling. No, not at all.
I don't know if you got what was happening with Tuki, but there was something she was seeing, and I saw as well when I was peering from her mind. Some sort of force. If anything probably disturbed her the most, it was probably that. Of course, that's just me just guessing. But I know how much not having control over herself with the yearning. So something similar happening would be very upsetting. Of course,
Yeah.
I'll ask her, but... Oh, it's a sensitive subject.
Yeah. Anyways, I will finish cleaning up this room here, and if you want to go prep her or talk to her first, I will be there in one moment. I just want to get a space ready.
Ludviek puts his hand on her shoulder and says, I'm glad she has someone like you who can look out for her.
Minnove's just gonna like nod and like half smile as she just kind of continues.
And don't sell yourself too short. You mean a lot to her. All of us can tell that. Ha! Don't sell yourself short. Ha ha! I wasn't even trying to do that one on purpose.
Ha, you're so funny. You should really stick to your day job.
You mean smashing things and then healing anyone who is not smashed?
If you do your day job, that is.
I'm pretty sure that is my day job at this point.
Well, go heal.
Alright. I'll let you get back to work.
I'll be up in a minute. And she's gonna continue on.
All right.
Alright, I've been holding the scene for too long. If somebody else has things they want to do, go ahead.
I think the only other thing that was sort of on the docket was you going to Tuki next.
Oh, okay. Alright, well then. So then Tuki's still investigating the library, or did she move on elsewhere?
I think she's still in there just combing over everything that they had written since this guy showed up, and anything else she could find with the deer, and whether or not that's anything more than we've already discovered, she's just going over every scrap of paper. I would say, though, that when you get there, she is sitting in a chair, but one of her legs is bouncing very rapidly, and like one hand is on her temple and the other is like clawing gouges into the desk as she's like gripping and then like tapping her fingers.
Vic is gonna just cough to get her attention from the doorway.
She'll look up, and
So,
the hand will stop, the knee will not.
have you found anything interesting in your investigations?
Nothing more than they had a visitor that looked prepared for anything. Otherwise, nothing we haven't already found.
Well, not a lot. Well, I didn't expect they just wrote down everything. But, how about you? How are you holding up? It was quite the battle on your end of the building, I am to hear. What Jonah, Minnove, and Chianor told me.
It was something. I went to help, and then I was set upon, and I lost consciousness. And when I opened my eyes, of everybody that was nearby, there was only one left.
We did get spread out too far.
But the problem is people were closer before I lost consciousness. And again, when I opened my eyes, Minnove was the only one still standing there.
Ludviek just nods his head. Yes. Did you... I am sorry. I could not be closer. I had no idea what was even going down that end of the hall. I heard screams, but that was about it.
And you never came.
I was afraid to abandon Kari too far. I was worried about the other threat coming down the hallway. I figured everyone else was gathered together, and it would be better for me to be a bulwark and make sure that nothing else came from your other side. I'm sorry I could not be closer. The thing we saw, it was... Ludviek just, tenses, and you can see, his own claws just start itching at his own other arm. I never felt anything quite like that. Just like a lullaby, but twisted. Something trying to worm its way into your head.
I felt more like some creature in a zoo.
I have a suspicion that it is most likely that thing we saw was the one possibly leading or controlling the fowler worms that were controlling those beasts. A puppet master for the puppet master, if it were.
Well,
That I've-
like I've said many times on our journey, just speculation until we figure out how to find out.
We might actually have something that can give us more information, too. I didn't have much time to explain earlier before, but, well, I think I may have found a friendly fowler worm. Or something akin to it. That, you've seen a raven? Sorry, not a raven. A, cardinal, red bird.
Quoth the raven, I'm a cardinal, motherfucker.
My brain was thinking red bird and just raven came out. Ugh. Alright, the cardinal around, the red bird. You've probably seen it.
I noticed a raven once. Or not a raven. I've gotten...
The raven is brain poison.
You broke Tuki.
Great. My penchant for getting words mixed up has spread. The ultimate disease.
That's very racist. Not all birds are alike.
They're not even the same color.
Yeah, Kari's more of a grackle.
I saw a cardinal once.
I'm going to grapple your neck if you make that comparison.
Sorry. Yeah. All right, back to Tuki.
Anyway.
He's like, well, apparently, it can understand and even write Rathiri. It actually alerted me that the horde was coming. Which means it's possibly... It might not be aligned with us, but it is against the other Fowler worms. And was going to, after everyone got settled and made sure everyone was healed, which, like, Ludviek has been standing from a distance, but I'd like him to see if he can figure... Okay, first he's going to say, aside from what happened with your mind, you still looked a bit banged up. Was there any more healing you needed?
I'm very hungry. I'm very close to physically fine. Just a few scrapes and bruises left. So most of this blood is drying.
Well, if that's one thing I can at least promise, is I will at least make us something worthy of a good feast tonight after a good victory. But if you do find any more information, it'll be most invaluable. I have a feeling that this cardinal will provide more information, but
There's just not a lot to go through. I'm mostly only focused on the events that seem relevant, which start about a week sooner than we thought.
week sooner.
And this man showed up a week before the deer. It's only noteworthy, but I just find it odd that an isolated temple got a visitor. That was noteworthy enough to make a note of.
Did they describe him much? You said he was well prepared or something.
That's about all that they wrote. I don't even see a reference to his human, dwarf, Atari, nothing. Just man.
Curious. Well then. Well, it might be a little limited depending on what they have in their larder. Well, then again, I wonder if the cart survived. Well, on the plus side, we do have all those supplies. I have a feeling, Ludviek just rubs the back of his head. I have a feeling we may have over-prepped for how much they would be needed.
Yes, but if we had shown up and they were all here, waiting on supplies,
True.
it's not like we can say it's a waste of time when we don't have hindsight.
Oh, wouldn't that be a lovely spell? Hindsight. I could cast it and not put my foot in my mouth so much.
Wouldn't that be foresight?
Slowly turns and looks at the DM.
That would be foresight, not hindsight.
Oh, right.
Somebody, I mean, technically that's how magic works.
Look, Ludviek doesn't know. Ludviek doesn't know that. All right, keep him ignorant. All right. And then Ludviek says, "All right, well, then until everyone is ready to meet together, I think I'll try and at least get us something prepared for supper. Probably a good time to talk then as well. But if you need me for anything, feel free to shout."
Alright. So, With that, Ludviek wanders off to go and get some food prepared. I'm not going to necessitate a roll for this. You know how to cook, as you have demonstrated. So I'll just put it to the rest of the group. Is there anything anyone else wishes to do before we proceed?
No.
Okay.
Don't think so.
All right. Then in that
I was
case...
just gonna prepare a tiny hut spell for the night.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So, with that in mind, after a while, you all sort of start to congregate back into that archive, that study room that you had been in prior. And as you turn up, you find that the cardinal is there and has seemingly been patiently waiting on one of the desks. And you note that sort of haphazardly sort of stacked up is a bunch of sheets of blank parchment. And you also see an inkwell that's been pried open, its lid kind of just awkwardly tossed onto the floor.
That is interesting. Anything he's writing?
Not yet. It's just kind of standing there looking at you all expectantly as I imagine you all start shuffling in, along with Jorna.
Hello?
You saying that in common, I take it?
The only other language I speak is Draconic.
Right.
I don't like, unless you want Minnove to go out of nowhere, like.
So you speak up, and the cardinal looks at you and tilts its head seemingly as if in confusion.
Tuki will speak up in Rythari. I take it you're the one that was talking with Ludviek?
The cardinal immediately perks up, thrusts its beak into the inkwell, pulls it out, and starts very sloppily scratching onto the topmost sheet of parchment, it written in a very clumsy form of Rythari. Yes.
But that's new.
It's new to me that Rythari even has a written language.
It is a dialect only held by some of the tribes, some of the groups. More so in the north, more so in where I come from. And it is usually meant more so as a, not as a written language, but more, well, we interacted with the outside quite a bit, and then there was some need for record keeping, just because they did it so much. So it became...
Nice.
By the way, Skitch, I'm trying to remember this entirely based off of your lore, so if I'm getting it wrong, please interrupt me.
Man, you are making shit up right now, but it makes sense, so I'm letting you pop off.
Wait, I thought we talked about this like 3 weeks ago when we, it's writing Rythari, and I asked, it's like, yeah, Rythari is a written one? And he says, I don't know, there's probably a use for it. Probably a trade or something.
I never said anything specific, at least I don't think, but there is a written form of Rythari. You are currently coming up with the lore for it, so go for it. Go nuts.
Okay,
if something
cool.
doesn't make sense, I'll stop you, but otherwise, sound off, man.
All right. So it is not as widespread. Really, it only came about because of a need for trade.
I see.
And the loathing word of bureaucracy. But the fact that this one knows it. Alright. So, Ludviek just looks to the group and is like, for once I am not quite sure what to ask.
Well, I can talk a bit.
How are you different from the other ones that attacked us?
The bird thinks about it for a second, starts scratching out onto the paper. Not sure. Wasn't originally worm.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to do a memory thing. I'm trying to think if Ludviek actually would figure this out on a hunch. Yeah, why not? Back to that priest who got infected and then went psychotic in the notes. What was his name again?
I believe it was Brother Allard. Let me double check.
Allard. I think it was Allard. Yeah, I didn't write that one down.
Yes, Brother Allard.
Ludviek then just like his eyebrows raised and just like, wasn't originally. Was your name Allard?
Scratches more onto parchment. No, but I inhabited him for a bit.
Ugh.
What happened to him?
Taken by the others. Tried to warn. They did not understand.
Do you know why you know Rathari?
I am Rythar.
Ah. What tribe? From where?
Below.
Wait, below?
Below? There are Raithari tribes below the surface?
It's possible. Not everyone made it out, but...
I have never heard of this.
Elders said we stayed to fight the Rojatha. Those who went to the surface were cowards who abandoned the fight.
To be thoughtful, but understandable. But... Oh. Then... The other worms, they seem to be being led by something else. Do you know of what I speak?
I do. It calls itself Narthen Jatha.
Narthen Jatha.
I will type that in chat here in just a second.
Yeah, I'm writing that down.
You would remember, of course, the word Jatha literally translates to demon. Narthen, however, translates more like... It's a different dialect to your understanding of the language, but it seems similar to the words for black flesh. Or maybe black soul.
I'm sorry, what is anyone saying? I can't understand about this conversation.
Tuki will start translating since she's not answering questions anymore.
Fair enough.
Ludviek just says that name back to them. Black soul or black flesh demon. Well, be honest, it's a hell of a name. I'd never heard of such a creature before, though.
Sounds edgy as fuck.
No edges. Quite smooth, actually.
Yes. Is it also a, brain, come on. Is,
Fowler
is
worm?
Jatha all... Yeah, Fowler worm. Ugh, sorry. Headache.
It's all good.
Yes. But yeah, is it also a Fowler worm itself, or is it something else?
Not sure, but it takes the form of many. Elders say it is our old enemy. Our tribe remained to fight the war. Our main enemy, our main goal, was keeping Narthen Jatha contained. We failed.
Oh, And now it is causing problems here. It seems to be it wants to take others. You know where the... Oh, sorry.
It takes, infects. Then we sleep. It calls it the Black Dream.
Do you know where they are taken?
Somewhere below.
So we have to find...
Keeps writing. A worm alone is weak, easy to kill. They dare not venture without hosts. They infect in safety, below, in the dark, where they are at their most numerous.
It is strange that somehow your consciousness, your soul, seems to have transferred itself to a worm. I wonder if that was because it possessed you, or maybe you overcame it. I'm not certain.
Mother was tribe shaman mother. Taught me much.
Worms themselves don't exactly have much in the way of soul, I would think.
That is the thing. Whatever was affecting me said that they would know me and learn me.
Creepy.
Well, this is rapidly turning into something much, much more serious. But it's not something I think I can leave alone. Ludviek looks to the others. What do you think? This isn't exactly freeing a group of prisoners or taking on a group of bandits. This is something old. Something very dangerous.
I say we sleep on it.
That is probably a good idea.
So, if I may.
Ludviek nods. Yes, please.
So, this is a bird claiming to be a Rythar because of a worm in its head, telling us that the other creatures with the worms in their heads aren't the good ones, but it's the good one.
To also be fair, Kari, it did warn me twice about the incoming horde. Once when they were about to attack, and then once when they were coming down from another way, down the halls. It has shown itself that This is rude. I am sorry. The obvious question I should have asked first. What is your name?
Give me a second, it's in my notes somewhere.
No manners, this Rythar. No manners at all.
All right. So the cardinal kind of perks up a bit and writes out Lavana.
Well met, Lavana. I'm Ludviek. Ludviek just looks to the others to see if they want to introduce themselves.
I can't speak its language.
Well, name is a name.
I can't.
I don't know what you're saying.
Tuki's been translating.
Oh yeah, I thought, yeah.
Minnove will say her name. I am Minnove.
I've read stories of creatures that can that ask for your name and end up doing horrible things with it. Forgive me if I'm cautious in this instance.
I do not think that is how Faller's worms work. Or even magically possessed by the soul of another Fowler worms.
The bird writes out some more. I understand if you do not trust me. I wouldn't trust me either. My whole life I was
that
taught
settles
to...
it.
What was that?
Okay. I jokingly went, well, that settles it.
The bird keeps writing, my whole life I was raised to regard these worms as the enemy and kill them on sight or fetch a warrior otherwise. To inhabit one now makes me shudder with revulsion. But I don't presently have a choice. I do not know how to prove the veracity of my words.
You didn't have to warn us. Yet you did. Of course, a more suspicious person would say it was all a ruse to gain trust. Well, I am willing to trust for now.
Jorna speaks up. Don't you have a spell in your arsenal that can compel the truth?
This is true. Unfortunately, I do not have access to it now. We, everything was basically burnt up back there. But in the morning, we could. But...
Kari, do you still have it? I believe you used it to play a game when we were first getting to know each other on the road.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have access to Zone of Truth? I don't. I don't have it prepared.
Kari used it for our question game way back in like session 9 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
I have no memory of this personally.
You don't remember my question game?
Yeah, I do have Zone of Truth. Oh, thank goodness. I almost swapped it out. Oh, I don't have spell slots.
That's the problem.
I'm sorry,
Well-
my ring needs to recharge.
Either or. I have everybody a bed, cleaned and sorted and tidied, so we all can rest in respective areas. And then we can reconvene in the morning.
All right. Yes, just give me a moment to recharge my ring. In brightest day and blackest nights, no evil shall escape my sight.
What are you chanting?
Your inkstone turns a sickly shade of green. As from somewhere far away, a power that does not belong to you is like, what is this bird doing? No, stop it.
Huh? One day.
What does that mean? Okay.
Mean one day.
Right now it's 3-day, but okay.
With that, Minnove will kind of waddle off to bed. Or waddle off to one of the rooms.
All right.
Tuki's going to push off the wall that she was leaning against and follow her.
So everyone kind of starts to pile out. The cardinal will make eye contact with you one more time, Ludviek, and then just scratch out a final message on the parchment. Please help. I can't do anything like this. And then flies up into the rafters and perches on one and falls eerily still.
Ludviek is gonna look to Jorna and just say, I just need a moment to think.
Of course.
He's gonna head outside.
All right.
Leave that to whatever you guys want to do for a bit.
All right. Well, doesn't sound like anyone has anything specific at the moment.
I will note,
Ah.
when everybody goes to bed, Minnove would like to use her last spell slot of the day to cast Sleep on Tuki for a birthday present.
Okay, duly noted.
Sleep.
Go to sleep.
But for the moment, we cut back to Ludviek stepping outside, you said?
Yeah.
All right. So, what you doing outside?
Mostly, he was just going to. I mean, he had already done it. I don't think he had done it already. He's checking on butterscotch, and nothing like talking with animals as a way to a bit of therapy.
Yeah. Butterscotch has returned outside in the aftermath of the battle, kind of looking around uncomfortably. Seems to relax as you approach. Nickers a bit.
Yeah, and he's going to use his last spell slot to activate Speak with Animals.
All right.
And he's going to basically start off with saying, sorry for the scare, girl. He's going to just... Yeah, he's going to use this time just to, brush her down, make sure not that she didn't get hurt in the process.
All right. Kind of shakes her head out. Mane kind of flops a little wildly. Things were very wrong. What were they?
They were... Well, they were bad creatures that had been taken over by worms.
Sort of shudders, stomps the ground a few times. Worms. Hate that word. Hate it. Gross.
Yes. We might actually have to go deal with the worms. But don't worry. We'll probably... you won't have to deal with any worms yourself.
Kind of looks at you. Looks you up and down for a moment. You're going to deal with the worms. I won't have to deal with the worms?
Me and the others will probably go fight them. And you will probably wait here.
Kind of looks around again. This place is scary. I don't want to stay here.
It would be even more dangerous where we are going. But I understand. We've asked you to go into many dangerous things. You are very brave.
And you are very good. You feed me and brush me.
I've been so focused on trying to protect others. At the same time, I don't think I can protect everyone. I don't ask for you to know what I am entirely talking about. But... in many regards, Butterscotch, I feel like I just... like my shield is just not big enough. Maybe I expect too much of myself. I need to rely more on them. They all have their own strengths. Tuki, cunning and smooth and able to strike patiently, just powerfully in one blow. Kari, able to call upon a myriad of different types of spells. Xehanort, I mean, I've only seen him fight a little bit, and it is almost like an art. And Minnove, even with that new song of hers, she can bring anything to a fight. Heck, I have expected that if she could, she would lift over an entire barrel and throw it at the enemy if she could. Yeah, at the same time, part of me is always worrying where they are. Are they okay? Are they safe?
She kind of nudges you in the shoulder a bit. You say they are so capable. Now you say you worry they are safe. Can these two be true at the same time?
They can. They can. I guess it's just a fear of mine that someone will get hurt or die. And there was something I could have done about it. And that what if scares me more than anything else. And he's like gripping the edge of the nearby wood stable or whatever thing is nearby, or he's just gripping his own arm. He's just tense and letting it out.
Scary things happen around you all the time. I can do basically nothing when they happen. Weird, angry rocks. I run back and forth, carrying weird wood thing. You fight. I fear. You win. Kind of looks at you a little bit more directly. You travel with the herd. You sing their praises. Can you trust your own song? I do.
You're a very, very wise horse. Pats her on the head with that.
Of course I'm wise. You feed me apples.
Very true. Very true. I just get lost in my own head sometimes. Well, come what way tomorrow. Well, it is spooky here. We might have to leave for a bit. But I promise you, we are capable, and we will come back. But
if scary things come and I have to run, where would you have me go so that you can still find me?
do you remember back the way we came to Big Stone City? Big tall rock things filled with people.
I remember.
That would probably be the best place. And even if you do not find us again in time, and you have to find someone else, I'm sure you'll find somebody. But
If I must flee, I will find the half-blind metal man and wait with him.
half-blind metal man.
Boron.
Boron. Yeah. It's legal right. I sometimes forget he has that eye patch. You'd never think it with the way he acts.
With the way he acts. I'm sorry, go on.
God, I wasn't even trying for that one. All right, but yes, I would say go back to the half-blind metal man. He would be the one to see.
He made my hooves feel nice. Kind of stomps the ground a
Yes,
couple times to draw attention to her horseshoes.
Yes, he's quite good with that.
Smells bad,
All
though.
right. Oh, tell me about it.
I just
But
did.
don't ever say it to his face. Yes, but I'm just saying, never say it to his face. Not that he'd understand.
I don't think I can. You're the only one who understands when I talk to them, and even then only sometimes. Everyone else is incredibly rude.
Oh, don't think of it as rude. They just don't know what to say half the time.
So they're stupid.
No, that's even worse. Darn it. Well, there's no polite way of saying it. They are incapable of understanding.
Like I said,
Like how-
rude.
Well, don't hold it against them.
As long as they bring me apples, I won't.
All right. Sleep well, butterscotch. Take care. Thank you.
Kind of nods.
And Ludviek's gonna head back inside and... Yeah, he's just gonna probably try and just settle in for the night. He's... Don't have any spell related? Yeah, I don't have anything spell related. That would be to finding, like, setting up traps or anything. Aside from recovering, I guess just the, if either of the bear traps were recoverable from that giant monster. If they weren't,
I believe they are, unless I am
Okay.
mistaken.
I
Are
think
they?
they're recoverable.
Let me double
I think
check.
they're recoverable.
I will Google it. Hunting.
Well, it
I
sounded
remember-
like they broke.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Tell you what. Let's go ahead and have Tuki and Ludviek each roll me 1d4. Bless you. I assume that was a sneeze.
No, it was a cough.
All right. So, Ludvik's hunting trap is recoverable. Tuki's, however, is not.
All right, well.
Good thing I've got a second one.
Indeed. All right. So, with that, everyone starts tucking themselves away for rest. And Minnove's gonna pop a sleep spell on Tuki.
Let's see. It's sleep at the second level because that's the only spell I have. Spell slot I have left. That is what? That is 5D. Just gonna do this for fun. You can guys continue whatever. This is probably gonna get Tuki though.
I mean, narratively, we've established that Tuki can just surrender to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't have that much HP. What are you talking about?
I just see a 3 and I'm like, oh yeah, we're fine.
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. All right. So, with that, you'll hunker in for a rest. And you may all take a long rest.
Finally. Oh
Yes.
my
Well
god.
deserved.
As you regain your expended spell slots, get back your lost hit points, clear any other debuffs.
Oh, this is what like joy feels like.
Indeed. For a mercy, nothing harangues you in the middle of the night as you sleep. The sun soon comes up. A slightly foggy morning, so as the sun rises, it casts cloudy god rays, colored kind of gold between the trees, as it ascends above the distant horizon line. The sounds of birds and other wildlife in the area that you had noted as being conspicuously absent yesterday during your approach start to return. Anyone who kind of lingers by one of the windows and looks out at the dense forest station and catches the sound of that natural life starting to return to the area. Yes?
Oh no, I burped.
Huh.
I did a big girl burp.
Ah, okay. But yeah, anyone who maybe parks by that window and hears the sound of the nature outside starting to creep back in, you get the impression that perhaps it's a case that you might have, at least around the monastery, eliminated the worst of the threat, or if there were any other infected creatures, they have since withdrawn, leaving other nearby instances of wildlife to feel safe enough to return. So. Wow, one of the newest additions to the soundtrack is up first with this playlist. Okay.
It's nice.
It is. Kind of fits the relief of the moment, I guess. Anyways, So, the day is now up to you. Ladies and gentlemen, proceed.
Minnove's gonna get up, and you know what? Minnove's gonna try and make breakfast for everyone.
Ooh, okay.
Sweet.
All right. It doesn't take you terribly long to find the kitchen and dining area. Ludviek kind of swept through it earlier, so his scent kind of lingers on everything. Go ahead then and make for me, I guess, an intelligence check?
I'm gonna do this with guidance.
All right.
And just for like added flair, I'm gonna have her like mage hand also be helping her.
All right. You turn and just
So-
magically telekinesis a carton of milk into your hand and grin. Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I dropped the carton of milk.
You burned it.
So, Minnove, what were you trying to make?
I don't know, something that everybody like could eat like separately, like maybe some like bacon and stuff for like Ludviek and Shianor and herself, and then some like other kind of like grainy kind of like fine, like maybe she found some oats like for some, like she kind of made like a half-ass porridge, but like try to make it fancy like for Tuki and Kari, with a bit of everything in it. She doesn't know what she's like. She has an idea of what Kraven eat, but she's like, oats, and I know Tuki really likes this jam, so I'm gonna put this jam in it, or maybe not this jam, but jam of some sort, and bread. They really like bread, so I'm gonna put bread in it as well. Like she's putting all the things that she could find for like trying to make a comfort breakfast.
So you create Archon loaf, but it's oatmeal. No one here understands that reference. Okay.
No, sorry.
That is a Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker reference. Okay, so... but outside of that, so you make an abomination for the birds. And the one human currently accompanying you. And then for the carnivores in the group...
Oh yeah, Jorna too. I just forget Jorna entirely.
You forget Jorna entirely. Totally slips your mind. So you make an abomination for the birds, and for the carnivores, you find like some eggs and some bacon. It's like, oh hell yeah, this'll do. And you go to start cooking it, and you seriously underestimate the power of the stove. And it doesn't take long before everyone else in the building can smell smoke.
They're trying to smoke us out. Danger.
And you know what? I'm gonna say Minnove is fully like thinking that she's doing a great job.
It was your intelligence roll that failed, yeah, so...
Minnove is none the wiser. Minnove is like, oh my god, okay, so they really like this and this and this. Oh, and how she really wants to make sure the bacon and the eggs are cooked. Like, really, she wants to really make sure that they're cooked.
Don't worry that they're turning into charcoal. It's fine. That just gives them some crunch.
Oh, don't worry. The shells and the batter, and all like everything from the eggs also give it that crunch too.
Oh my god.
I rolled a nat one. There's no saving that.
Nope.
Can I roll athletics to determine how quickly I make it to the kitchen to help? Or do I have to roll something to wake up first?
I mean, I'm assuming that this happens, like, after everyone's up, like, everyone kind of got up, and Minnove maybe got up first and went to just, like, prepare a breakfast, so everyone's kind of up, and you just, like, the birds maybe don't catch it, but everyone else has, like, a heightened sense of smell, so everyone else is going to catch the smell of smoke.
All right.
I think I stepped on a pebble.
Yeah, there are a lot of those around. This infected creatures tracked a whole bunch of rocks and they broke in here. And some broken glass. Found some on my boot last night. Anyone else smell smoke?
No.
Perks up.
But I did notice that I was feeling a little weird to breathe.
Someone's burning cooking. I just wanted to run as fast as he can, which is not very well. Probably trips over a table or two.
He wanted to patch a broken glass.
This is such a tone. This is such a tone shift from before the long rest. What the hell? I gave you this exposition on your antagonist for this arc, and you immediately open with comic relief. This is amazing. I love it.
Look, we got a big threat coming. The problem is that the biggest threat right now is starvation.
So yes,
the biggest
Ludviek.
threat is Minnove in the kitchen.
So yes, Ludviek, gracelessly you go thundering through the interior of the monastery, disturbing the serenity and the tranquil silence with your armored footfalls. Before you goes like barreling into the kitchen and dining area, and there is like a thick haze that's just kind of hanging in the air. Thankfully, some of the windows are open where the Catharian wolves broke in, so that's helping to air things out a little bit, but there is definitely a haze just lingering, and as you poke your nose into the kitchen where the haze is even thicker and there's not any and you just see Minnove just happily wagging her tail, grinning like an idiot as she's stirring up what appears to be a delivery for naughty children from Santa Claus in a frying pan over an open fire.
Santa Claus exists in this dimension?
No, but it's a good analogy.
Oh, yeah. Darn. Just gonna hunt him down next. All right. So, Minnove, firebolt?
That's what she's throwing firebolt on, like, I'm assuming she's like cooking it and using the firebolt to like cook whatever, like
to just like get the fire going in the stove.
Yeah. Yeah, but she actively is like, it looks like it looks like she puts fire on it like intentionally in certain places.
Minnove, what are you?
Oh, Ludviek! I'm getting breakfast ready. Go call everyone. Go tell them to sit down. It's gonna be great. They're gonna love it. Oh, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Agatha, I think would be so proud of me right now. It is such a, Ludviek, you're crying. Stop. It's fine. I know it's beautiful.
Ludviek racks his mind, and he just goes, Minnove, I trust in you and your abilities. You are a capable woman.
Give it a good sniff, and she's gonna grab the burning plate of whatever, and just put it right up to his nose. Sniff it. Give it a good In fact, go get everyone. Go get everyone at the table. Go. Don't tell them it's for me though. It's a surprise.
He grabs her by both the shoulders. Minnove,
yes?
Look.
I am looking.
Curiously look at what you have created. And I just want him to express, please.
She glances over at it. She makes it. She casts minor illusion and is like, "That's fine. See, look, Completely normal.
Does passive perception work against this or no?
Investigation.
You've already seen it before the illusion went into effect, so I don't think
He's
this will
already
fool
seen
you.
it.
No. Okay.
Yeah, you've already seen it.
It's like, Minnove.
Don't worry, go get everyone. Put me down. I go set table. You get Kari, you get Tuki, you get Shiano, you get
Minnove.
the other one who I gotta make an extra plate. Give me one moment.
Minnove! Please.
What?
I know you are trying hard, and I appreciate the effort. But I would be lying to you if I did not say...
You are lying.
I hate the fact that it actually worked. Damn it, I didn't think of that one. Okay. I would be untruthful to you if I were to allow you to serve this. Minnove. This is a travesty of cooking itself. This is abomination of pure gastrointestinal distress.
I want you to go on a journey with me at Ludviek. Not with your
I do not
eyes,
want
but
to journey with you into the ICU.
Not with your eyes, but with your heart.
Oh, it doesn't
Ludviek,
exist in this
dream-
universe.
Eat
Whatever.
like I want you when you consume this meal to eat it with your heart.
I have to eat it with my mouth, and I'm pretty sure it would strangle me with... My tongue would strangle my uvula.
Fine, if you're not gonna get everyone, I'm going to. Set the table, Ludviek. And she's gonna, like, kind of sniggle on out of his, like, just out of his grip, and, like, hobble down the hallway.
Alright. And to which then he's like, he's contemplating his head. Alright. He's being unreasonable. I cannot work with this. The only thing to do is to save her from herself. And he turns back to the entire smorgasbord of disaster. Alright,
And at that moment, Kari comes lumbering in. Oh. Hey. What are you doing there, Ludviek? Did you make breakfast?
No, I am trying to prevent a mass extinction event.
Oh, well. Doesn't look like you did a good job.
Well, it hasn't been served yet.
Well,
Alright, let's just see if
I'm
there's
going to
any-
be busy when you serve it.
Oh, there's breakfast?
Oh, no, Kari.
Yes,
Oh,
it's right
no,
here. Ludviek
God.
made breakfast.
No, I did not make this. No, you cannot pull this off on me.
Well, no, but I mean, you're standing here.
How's
That's
that
right there.
porridge?
Yes,
Oh,
and you're
porridge.
standing there too, and you're about to be something else, Kari. He just grabs Kari and brings him right over to the chopping block. You're about to be my assistant.
Oh, what are we doing?
Salvaging Minnove's attempt at culinary arts.
Ah. You're blaming the little one, I see. When she's not around to defend herself.
Blaming, just... Alright, no... Kari, I need all of your expertise. We need to make something so astounding that Minnove herself will not even care that it has been changed.
And then he hears this, looks at Ludviek in the face, and locks in and nods and goes, I shall aid you in your endeavor.
Alright. Two different things, one for carnivores and one for normal. Thankfully, at least with, well, some of this oatmeal and bread, it seems somewhat salvageable. If you want to turn it into a bread pudding, yes, I know a dessert for breakfast, but at this point, it's already practically halfway there.
Well, what's your definition of salvageable? Have you ever eaten porridge before?
Oh yeah, true. Porridge is basically the most lowest take, but it's salvageable.
Alright, well, I'll see what I can do.
Minnove, what have you done?
I got a nat 1.
You did. That is true.
What should I roll something?
I will leave that
I-
up to you. If you guys want to run the risk of this going even worse, you are welcome to, or we can just assume you're competent.
Sure.
Yes.
In for a penny,
Alright.
in for a pound.
All
So
right.
Can
I
it
usually
be-
do
can it be with,
survival cooking.
Can it be with advantage though, because Ludwig's
Of
helping him, or is it disadvantage
I'd
because how
imagine it's-
terrible it is?
What did you say?
Or does it
Sepia?
even out?
Yeah,
well,
it might even out even.
So, Sepia.
yeah,
Oh, no.
Sepia, go on. You said something?
All I said was I usually do survival for cooking. This seems even more applicable.
True
Oh, yes,
enough.
Tuki was in here.
In this case,
Tuki was in here too. Tuki, we will need your help as well.
She's just like eating a spoonful of porridge. With what?
You
Ludviek, get John down here right now. Tuki, I need you to sit down over there. Please. And Kari's going to get a little glass of water and direct Tuki over to one of the remaining chairs as I sit here, drink this.
All right.
I can.
right.
It may be good enough for you, but it's not good enough for my palate.
When did this become
I mean, it would be so wonderful to have had a meal this dense when I was traveling by myself for 2 years.
Dense is a word that I would use, yes.
Well, if you're okay with having that, Tuki, as long as it doesn't make your stomach upset, you should be fine.
There's raw eggshells in it.
I know that, Kari. I am just halfway
And the-
between. I'm halfway between
The top half of a carrot? Not even the edible part. Who puts a carrot in porridge?
I am trying to avoid hurting Minnove's feelings and letting Tuki have what she wants. And quite frankly, at this point, I am letting them. I trust them. I trust them with their own actions. They will not be for rewards.
And if Minnove walked in with cyanide and asked you to drink it, would you do it so you don't hurt her feelings?
I can at least cure that.
You-
You know what I can't cure? Bad taste.
I don't think I've ever heard Sepia laugh this hard before.
Tuki, please just drink the water. It'll all be okay soon.
Whatever you do not go towards the light.
DM, what do I roll to fix this mess?
Okay, so assuming I've parsed all of this out of the chaos correctly, my understanding is that you're trying to take the biohazard that Minnove's created and you're just trying to repurpose it into something that is edible.
If that's Ludviek's plan,
That's the plan, probably just because
Okay.
getting more supplies would just offset.
Okay.
It's basically like, we'll take what Minnove's made and not completely throw it out, because
Okay.
trying to,
Alright. All right, in that case,
Pretty
it
simple.
will, I'll go ahead, I'll go with Sepia's suggestion on this, because everyone's survival is at stake now, and call it a survival check. Because you are helping each other, you would roll with advantage, but because of the materials you are working with, you would also roll with disadvantage, so it evens out to a flat roll.
All right.
all right.
So take what courses
what's
of
your
action you deem are necessary to help yourselves here.
Like,
Ludviek, what's your survival?
+6.
You're rolling it. I only have +4.
I don't suppose you might. I might ask for a bit of guidance, or is that only Minnove's thing?
No. But you know what? And he's just gonna he's going to start humming a tune and go, I'm going to sing and pretend like everything's fine. Da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. And guess what? Everyone is inspired. You got inspiration.
We're inspired not to die. Yes. All right.
Yes.
Here we go. What's the inspiration again? A D6?
I don't think that matters. You know what? I'm gonna take that back.
I'm gonna take. Hey, I'm gonna inspire you. Rolls it at one. I'm gonna take that back real quick.
You can't take
Ludviek.
it back.
You
No,
can
the
still
question
roll
is-
the inspiration die. You can
What is
try.
it again? D4, D6?
D8.
D8? All right. Let's roll the D8 and hope for an 8.
Hey!
18 at least. That's
I mean-
something.
It's
Okay.
still in that one.
True. So, my thinking was that if you rolled anything but an 8, I was going to treat it as a critical failure regardless. But you expended that resource. I wanted it to mean something.
Oh, wait a second.
So you rolled an 8.
It's still going to be a failure. It's just going to be a failure. We're a cavalcade of fuck-ups this morning.
So, a 15. Kari, you were saying something?
No, yeah, I was just double checking that it isn't exclusive to like attack rolls.
Okay, either way.
I was like, wait a minute, there's something about bardic inspiration. No, it's fine.
Okay, so yes, a 15. So, between that and Ludviek's own experience as a cook and having good, capable help from Kari and a very eagerly observing audience in Tuki, you are able to take the biohazard that Minnove created and turn it into, taste-wise, the equivalent of travel rations. Where, like, it's effective enough at keeping you going, but it is not a good tasting or gourmet meal. But you, at the very least, are able to turn it into something edible under the time constraints. Also, Tuki is just straight up eating the biohazard.
Yep.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no!
Hey, look at that.
11.
That's pretty good for me.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't taste good. I'm not sure what else really to impose here. I guess we'll just... I need to remind myself what something does. One moment. What does the poisoned condition do again?
She's just prepping herself.
Disadvantage.
She's just prepping herself that if any faller worms attack, they'll just be like, "Oh, that smells bad." No, we're not going for that one.
Nope, that's a list of poisons. I want to know about the poison condition.
It's like
Disadvantage on attack rolls and skill checks.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and say that for the next half hour or so, Tuki will be under the effects of the poisoned condition.
Oh no.
So, like, it's dense, and like every bite just kind of feels like a stone falling into your stomach and just kind of settling there. It's like, stable sustenance, awesome. But at the same time, there's just something in your body that's like, Tuki, honey, what are you doing to yourself?
And she's sitting there telling herself, I've eaten worse.
I get a feeling Tuki would be the one person who would like grape nuts cereal.
What do you mean the one person? Do you not have taste?
Yeah, it's called not eating gravel for breakfast.
Okay, so back to the war zone. So yes, after given the time constraints you are under, you are able to make something that is at the very least edible.
Ludviek, I need to be honest with you.
Please do.
We should have just started from scratch.
We should have.
Do you even still want to eat this?
Well, we put so much effort into it, and Minnove is going to be back any moment now.
Is she? It's been 7 hours. No, I don't.
It's like, wow,
I mean, it's been insert canonical amount of time here.
It's like maybe like I have no idea, but maybe like 10 minutes.
He's going around the compound, being like, "Where did everybody go? Shinor, where's everyone? Shinor."
Yes, I'm sitting at the breakfast table and waiting for my breakfast.
Zorna was in there too.
Can I roll perception to see if Kari notices that Tuki is sick?
Sure.
That'd be a medicine check, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, no, you can absolutely tell that Tuki suddenly feels a little under the weather.
Ludviek,
Yes?
why did you let her eat it?
Look, if because I trust her to make her own decisions. And it was made by Minnove, and if Minnove found out I prevented Tuki from eating something she made, she would be hurt. And I trust both of them to make... Oh god, I can't stand this anymore, Tuki! And he just goes in there. It's like,
Ludviek,
I carefully...
she's going to die!
Oh my
he takes the bowl and says, I think you've had enough of that for now. It seems to be making you ill.
No, this is pretty standard for me.
And that is bad. Your standard is making you ill. And I don't like you being ill because it hurts you.
Remember when we first met? I told you, I always feel ill.
Tuki,
And that is not
I
good.
thought at this point you would have learned how to have standards. Those days at the
Dating when-
spa,
She's dating Minnove.
dinner in a lord's manor home. Real food, not this carrion garbage. I understand that we're Krovan and we should have. I mean, the pH balance in our stomach acidity should be able to deal with this, but you shouldn't eat it.
I don't like the idea of waste, Kari. Yes,
It's already
I do-
waste.
I do appreciate everything, but I spent too long, and we can't forget. Food is food.
Ludviek, is there an empty bowl?
Yes, there's a bunch right over here. Why? He's holding a bowl.
Hand one to her. I'm afraid she'll end up having an empty stomach here soon.
Oh. And then not a bowl. He reaches for a bucket.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, here you go. He puts then Kari takes the bucket and then puts it in Tuki's lap.
All right.
Now what have we learned?
That you would really appreciate it if I maintained some standards when it came to cuisine.
Maybe I think I'm starting to learn why you're so ill.
I just don't want you hurting yourself.
Do you grease a sticky wheel, a squeaking wheel with animal fat? Or with mud?
Technically, you're supposed to use something that's a bit more akin to that of more so a different type of oil itself. Using animal fat will just cause overall burning itself, and then it creates a carbonated layer within the wheel itself. And
Ludviek,
you weren't actually asking that as a question, were you?
no. Well, not you. You know the answer.
Right.
She doesn't. She clearly doesn't. Oh my gosh. And he's just going to put his face in his hands. And put...
Go ahead.
What do we... You know what?
Guys, this is supposed to be breakfast.
Theological conversation. Not theological, but psychological.
At this point, Minnove is probably going to be coming near the kid. Like you hear the. Where is everyone? Hello.
Minnove.
She's like just outside the kitchen itself.
Good morning.
Tuki, what are you going to say to Minnove about her cooking?
That it was a good start to the day?
I need a vacation.
It was very kind of her.
Yes. But kindness, when you end up...
Look,
it is...
I gave you my reasons.
Yes. Yeah, understood. Just come to me.
If I handed you a pile of excrement, would you eat it?
No.
That's what you just ate from a bowl.
Looked like bread.
Judging by the smell, excrement would have been much healthier than this.
Where did you come from?
Where did you get here?
I was sitting. I was merely sitting in the room waiting for breakfast, but nothing is coming, so I came here.
You know what? I'm going to go find some bugs. I'm going to go eat bugs outside in the woods.
Maybe worms.
No.
Jesus Christ, the
Kari,
door
we have
really
plenty-
is broken. This is completely off the hinges.
He's like, Kari, we have plenty of rations still in the wagon, along with our supplies. Do not need to go foraging that deeply. Tuki, if you want to eat that, fine. But it is making you ill. So make sure that after you are done, and or if you feel any worse at all, you come to me or Jorna. Right? Do not
Alright.
hurt yourself. And Janor, yes,
That is
we have...
definitely a no promises question.
That was a...
Tuki, do you want to feel better?
That would be great.
Then stop eating it. And I
did.
will...
She already did.
Don't eat any more.
I'm pretty full. It was heavy.
All right, fine, good.
Yeah.
And then he's just going to use five points of lay on hands to cure that poison. And then he's going to take the entire bowl, entire pail of it, walk it over, and dump it out the window.
You have just upset a squirrel. It runs away and chitters at you in offense before disappearing into the underbrush.
I would cast a spell to insult it back, but I don't have time.
So, is it at around this time that Minnove comes into the dining room?
Yeah, I think she hears all the commotion. She's like, "What? Why is everybody in here? They're supposed to be at the dining table eating the breakfast."
There was none. So I came here.
It was an unfortunate accident. I slipped with the entire container and it fell out the window. I am very sorry, Minnove. I shall be more careful.
For
Minnove,
it was perfect. It was
Minnove.
the pinnacle
Minnove.
of just absolute perfection.
Minnove.
Kari.
Do you know how to read?
Of course I know how to read.
Do you know how numbers work?
Of course I know how numbers work. Self-taught.
He's gonna pick up a cookbook and point at it and say, "Do you know what this is?"
Your finger in my face.
He's pointing at a cookbook in his hand.
Yes. Right there. And she's gonna grab the book and just kind of try to move it away. Anyways, there's probably more salvageable. Oh, what's that? She goes and sees what has been salvaged.
I like how she acknowledged there's probably something salvageable. Like, she knows.
Salvaged as in not dropped, but also that they worked on.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming they dumped out what Minnove did and then did whatever they were doing to fix whatever they were doing.
My understanding is they kept what you did and, just did some miracle kitchen bullshit to turn it into something edible.
And then dumped it out the window.
And that's specifically the bowl that Tuki was eating from, I think. Because Tuki started eating before any magic could be done to make it edible. She just started swallowing like Santa's deposit.
Don't ever say that about my girlfriend ever again.
I won't. Because I sincerely doubt this circumstance will ever come up again.
I met Santa once. He was at a shopping center.
Anyways. Either or, I'm sure this bit has run its course.
God.
So, what's the plans? What's on the itinerary this morning, other than ruining my breakfast?
Well, after saving all our lives, well, what are we doing?
I think it was... Oh, go ahead.
We probably should look for the origin of the animals that attacked us yesterday. It was suggested that they were working together and they probably had some sort of camp.
Well, more like a place that led back to the world beneath, underground.
The wolves, at least, were not from the world below. So it might be here. But
Is
you
there
never know.
any entrance to the world below nearby that anyone is aware of?
Not that I found yesterday.
Surely they would have recorded this if they knew.
Yes. It's possible it's a recent development.
There's at least one creature you know of that might be able to point you in the right direction.
Correct. You on the voice in the sky.
Yeah.
There's one thing, and I don't mean to put a damper on this, but this is getting beyond what we signed up for. And I guess I would like some sort of assurance that if I did keep following you, that we would actually have each other's backs.
I can promise you from now until the end, of whatever that may be, I will stand by all of your sides. And if we decide to get split up again, he just glances over at Kari, I will trust that if you do decide to do something crazy, that you have a plan for it. But do try to let me know what that is beforehand.
If we are fighting an intelligent enemy, I'm not going to say what I'm going to do out loud.
Understandable.
Now, I was prepared for a week or two jaunt out in the woods to visit a monastery, and not a potential excursion going into the world below.
Yes, I
think
that's a particularly difficult ask for me.
Yes. I think the best thing we could do is try to at least find out where they are. I don't think we can take on an entire... I mean, we fought quite a few, but I don't think that was all their number. And
I'm sure they multiply by the day.
Yes. And when it comes to it, I don't really want to face off against Naran Jatha at this moment. I do not think we have... We could at least delay, or maybe even... If possible, I'd at least like to get more information. As Mara is not that far away.
No. So is the local villages nearby. We can stop by and poke
But
in
that's
there.
the other issue. This threat is... It's hiding itself. It's attacking animals, and now even people within the monastery. It's possible that they are actually being held captive. If it's possible to save them, should we not try? Because if these fowler worms take them over, and if they're led by an intelligent force, what is to stop them from going after another small village?
And multiplying from
Yes.
there.
I think
It is a great threat.
Now, here's the issue. We can't be in multiple places at once. So, if I may make a proposition.
Go ahead.
I think the best thing for us to do would be return to Asmara with the information that we have, and then resupply, get our wits about us, and then head back out, preferably with, I don't know, a score of Suna warriors with us to help ensure that the forest is clear of any more of these beasts as we track down this creature.
Be a wise thing to do if we were dealing with just wild animals. But this is, as we've said, an intelligent threat. And now that it knows that the fact that we are alive, it knows that our next move could be to go alert others. And then it will try to maneuver around that. I think we should strike while the iron is still hot. If we can't rescue anyone, our next best bet would probably be to seal whatever entrance they are using to the world beneath. Cut them off. If we can do that, then we could head back for more. For more resupply and more help.
What if we die, though? Or get infected? Who will come save us?
You could send back Jorna.
That is a good idea. If she rides on butterscotch and does not have to worry about carrying a cart, she could get it back to the city in less than a day, probably.
Excuse you, I spent good money on that cart. I'm not going to leave it here where they can't get it.
At least 2 days. 3, maybe.
Well, the horse gallops at like around 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, but not for hours.
Even then, I think if she took off now, she probably could make it back there. Because again, she's not being waylaid by, having to move a cart. She's just literally a single person on a horse. You can get quite a distance done in that one. That is actually probably the smartest idea. But
Just as a non-combatant.
But if in the same situation, she may also be a good help to have if whatever threat we're dealing with, having more healing on hand.
I'm just
Go ahead.
I'm just very torn because I think it would be wise to have more help, but I also think that it is incredibly urgent, and I don't know which way is heavier.
I'll ask Jorna if she would rather head back. She should be in on this. Wait, has she been in this conversation the whole time? She has, right?
No, she was waiting for someone to come get her after everyone fucked off to look into the smoke problem.
All right.
Sitting at the dinner table, just be like, well,
She just looks up at the cardinal, just like, at least I'm not totally alone. All right. Ludviek says, let me go ask her what she would like.
All right.
Ultimately, I would say let us try to at least find where their entrance is. If we can rescue some people, that's great. If we have to just seal it, I would say that'd be the best course of action before heading back.
Ludviek, I would also like to remind you of all the blood in the sleeping quarters.
Yes, what about it?
Well, that is a thing. I should be dead. But they were trying to take me away from here. Alive.
It's very strange.
So you think that whoever they have taken, they may still be alive as well. That's what I was thinking.
Even if heavily injured.
Their only power is in whoever they are possessing. Other than that, they are just pure worms.
And it seems like if we're to take anything from this cardinal, the worms obtain the knowledge of their host. How else would a Rythar be in the body of a cardinal?
what if instead of looking for it, now this is more of a suicidal kind of idea, but somebody has healing for, I'm assuming, to purge it. Someone just allowed it to show where the Underdark is, or where I said the thing in D&D, but not the thing in the underworld, the underplace,
The world
Or
below.
below?
the world below. If somebody willingly
That
Did
is not
it?
something I think you could come back from.
Tuki did.
She wasn't possessed by a worm. She just had the ichor, the black blood on her.
I should probably wash these, actually.
Wait, weren't you prestidigitation though?
I don't
thought one of-
remember.
I assume everyone was, or you'd all be fucking filthy.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that's what Minnove did. The first thing she did at the start of the session, she prestidigitationed Tuki.
I think so too.
It's very late for me. I don't remember.
All right. Well, I think you're clean. If not, we
Well,
can get a bird bath.
that's instead of having to waste resources, time, and energy on looking for it, just having it.
All right. Well, let's ask the cardinal if it knows. If not, and we do need to do your idea, as crazy as it is. The problem is that if someone falls into control, they then would the Jatha would Narinjatha would then know everything about you. It would know what you're planning. So it'd be very risky to do it that way.
Not if we didn't know what to do.
All right, first let's see if Jorna has any thoughts on this. She is a part of this. She's been through this thick and thin as much as we have.
Yes, and see if she has any magic pertaining to memory.
Possible. All right. Well, Ludviek then goes to try and fetch her. And the
Or-
cardinal at this point.
Unless
It seems
she
everyone's
might have
seems like
something.
everyone's eating in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All right. So, heading out to find Jorna then?
Yeah.
All right.
She should have been. We should have roped her into this conversation sooner.
Probably should have, yeah. So, you find Jorna. She's remained sort of in the sleeping quarters. Looks like she's currently just nibbling on something from her own travel rations as you're showing up. Perks up at your approach. Oh, there you are. Did you ever figure out what was causing the smell of the smoke?
Minnove's attempt at cooking. It was an admirable attempt. And eventually everyone started wandering in. And you're the only one, well, not the only one, who hasn't had it. Sorry. A lot of things have happened in a very short span of time.
Indeed.
Simply put, Jonah, emotions for her to follow him. He wants to just talk on the way.
All right.
He's like, as it stands, we came out here specifically to help the people at the monastery. I thought at worst they were being, harassed by wild animals or bandits. In a sense they were, but this is more than just out-of-control wildlife. We are dealing with some sort of threat that has control over the Fowler worms. And it is a malevolent and intelligent threat. One that is gearing itself entirely around subterfuge. And it is most likely it has taken the other members of the monastery. Most likely alive.
That is what the cardinal said, yes.
Yes. Some of my teammates have shown trepidation about pursuing further. I think we should push on, mostly because there's a chance we could still save some of the people from the monastery. But there's also a good chance that the enemy we go to might be more numerous than we can handle. We were wondering... You are a non-combatant. I would not ask you to go with us into this hellfire itself. Would it be most prudent for you to take Butterscotch, just her, leave the cart, and make haste for back to Asmara to inform the temple of what has happened, and most likely the governing body as well? Fowler worms, yes. Sorry.
The temple and anyone who would listen, aye.
This isn't just a Fowler worm threat. This is some sort of magic and some sort of person or being has taken control of them. And that could turn into a very, very large threat very quickly. It may have just taken a few people from this monastery, but thinking like a warrior, thinking like a hunter. If I suddenly had the ability to then disguise myself as people, I would then want to increase the number. I would attack a nearby village. I would take its people. Slowly, take a few, probably the most trusted members if possible, and then overtake the entire village. Soon everyone under that thing will be under your thrall. And then 1 village to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. And it won't be very long until it comes into Asmara itself. This is a threat unlike any other.
Yeah.
Same time, you are a great healer, and we are going into a danger. If we could cut off the head of this serpent before it gets any larger, that would be the best. But I don't know if we can do that, or if we even have the strength to do that. I would seek your counsel in this. What do you think?
I believe that if there is an existential threat here, and we cannot guarantee our ability to strike it down, then those who stand in its path should be warned. With me or without me, if efforts to stymie the threat here fail, then no one will be any the wiser of the threat on their doorstep.
And the best thing then would be for you to immediately take Butterscotch and ride her as fast as you can back.
Of course. At the end of the
You'll
day,
want to-
I'm a healer, not a warrior. My place is in a hospital or a triage tent, not the battlefield.
When you get back to Asmara, make sure you send a message to Godfried. He will need to know of this as well. With his own connections, he might be able to help.
Who do you think I planned on going to first?
Alright, great minds think alike then. Alright. Take whatever you need.
Of course. And after that, once word has been delivered, I'll do everything I can to round up reinforcements and come meet you, but look, at the end of the day, if your intention is to try and save those people, do what you can, but don't throw your life away. All right?
If we can't rescue any of them, the most we can do is at least hopefully seal whatever entrance to the world beneath they are using. If that can at least delay them more than anything, that would be the best.
Very well.
So I'll be with you. And ride hard.
Of course. She steps forward and gives you a quick hug, Ludviek.
He returns it.
If I may offer one more bit of advice, however.
Yes, please.
She steps back and regards you with a bit more of a thoughtful look. Remember that under Suna's teachings, all forms of life have a place. Not all places are compatible with each other. Sometimes they come into conflict, such as the lion hunting the hare, for example. Or a frog with poisonous skin that harms whatever threatens it. But Suna would not have given these worms life if they did not serve a purpose. And this intelligence, Narthan Jatha, we would be derelict in our duties as keepers of peace if we did not at least learn its motives and reasons. If it is intelligent, as you say, then perhaps it can also be amenable to reason. Stand ready to defend yourself, of course.
Yes.
You wield the hammer. But if it is possible to learn why this thing does what it does, maybe a way to end this threat without having to kill could present itself.
If I recall, wasn't it you long ago who once told me a hammer can break many stones, but it can also build a bridge?
Exactly. Just remember that when a bridge is being built, it has to be built from both sides, at least in this analogy. You can build your half. It's up to the other side to build theirs.
Well, hopefully they can be reasoned with.
Hopefully.
Well, still, you best be off.
She nods, gives you one more hug, and then hurries off to go find Butterscotch.
Mm-hmm. Oh. All right. Ludviek gathers himself and then heads back to the dining room where the cardinal was. He goes to go find that, and then he's going to go basically try to get it to follow him, perch on his shoulder again, and then give the layover of what everyone's talked about, and then make his way back to the group.
All right. Bird kind of bobs its head along as you're explaining your plans. As you kind of get the bird onto your shoulder and start heading back to the rest of the group, though, you've currently deprived of its expedient means of communication, so...
Yes.
Could still bob or shake its head.
Yeah, it can still say yes, no, but if it has questions, it cannot ask them right now.
Yes. Damn, good point. I just have him grab a couple sheets of paper and that inkwell. This dude's already got a billion things in his bag. Might as well take that. Alright, meets up back with the group. Says that Jorna is heading out with Butterscotch. Heading back to Asmara. Gonna warn and probably get some reinforcements, hopefully. But the interim, Ludviek would, with the group, like to at least try and rescue anyone from the monastery if possible. And at least, if at all possible, if they're an intelligent creature, maybe the intelligence leading the worms can be bargained with or reasoned with. And if not, then seal the entrance and try and delay it as much as possible.
Personally, I'm skeptical.
I would not doubt that.
Well, with what was said when you purged the poison from me, it called me defiant.
Like you were a animal trying to be tamed.
And I may be wrong here, but I'm fairly certain it said that my defiance would be punished. So...
Like when breaking in a horse. Yes. At the same time, it might not have the same morality as you or I. What we might consider wrong or even abhorrent, it would probably be considered no different than wiping your nose.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought you were leaving to grab Jorna so that we could have a conversation.
Well, she basically said off the bat that any help that she could provide would be limited to just healing. And one person does move swifter than a group. And if information and reinforcements are something that we need, it'd be best for someone to go ahead.
Okay.
We've already spent a lot of time deliberating.
Well, Cardinal, I don't speak... Tuki, can you translate what I say? Or Ludviek, someone? Thank you, Tuk.
Yes. And their name is Levana.
Levana, okay. Oh, right. Okay. Levana, what... Do you know where the world below resides? Or if there's a hole?
The cardinal bobs its head in a nod.
Oh, perfect.
Kind of looks around for a second, looks down at the few sheets of paper Ludviek took, flutters down, kind of grabs at one in its beak and tugs it a few times.
And Ludviek sets out the paper and also the inkwell, opens it up.
Right. Levana quickly sketches out a few words, I can show you the exit I used to come to the surface.
All right. Now, is there per se another one that is relatively nearby? Just not like nearby, but like a second, just in case.
If there is, I have not found it.
Fun. Shiano,
Sure.
do you since I guess Joanna's on her way doing her own doing grabbing people. Do you have any sort of magic or anything that temporarily can block memories? Or block memories entirely?
Block memories.
I don't know.
I
You study magic.
I do not even know of such magics. I heard rumors that... Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you finish and then I'll say what I was going to say.
I heard rumors that there used to be some mage working on some spell that can influence memories, but I do not know if he ever succeeded.
Well, it doesn't help us in the now, then.
And out of character, I will tell you right now, none of Jorna's spells would have interfaced with memory.
I thought so.
Pretty much the closest thing to an offensive spell she has is command. And
Who is the dumbest out of all of us? Ludviek, how dumb are you?
That's a good question.
Because it's between you and me.
20.
Because Ludviek is between you and me.
I'm just a 10 in intelligence.
Oh, me too.
I say we flip a coin.
All right. Call it. If you get it, you say whatever it is, Minnove. If you get it right, then you get to choose who's the dumbest. One or two.
Here, one, Minnove is the dumbest.
I'm
Two.
gonna flip an actual coin.
Oh, you're gonna flip an actual coin. Okay.
So Kari's gonna flip a coin, and I'm gonna flip a coin. So heads or tails, Ludviek?
Tails. Oh,
No,
you said Ludviek.
Ludviek, your heads.
But what if I wanted to be head?
You already said tails.
Minnove, you have a much bigger tail than me, and I have a much bigger head than you. It fits.
So, what was the result?
Wait.
Tails
you
or
said,
head?
You said tails, right?
Me, tails, yes.
Yes. Just double checking. Ludviek, unfortunately, it was you.
Ah. Wait, does this mean I'm the dumber one or the smarter one?
You have the one that has the bigger head.
Aha! Therefore, bigger brain.
Yes, and ideas slide right off of it.
Yes. I
Those
do
are
know what
stretched
really
over
good
the
ideas.
surface area.
Yes.
Oh, Ludviek. There's
We have
so
our
much nothing going
sacrificial
between us.
lion.
Sacrificial lion. Unless he does not want to be sacrificial lion. We'll workshop it.
Minnove.
Problem is that
Yes.
I've seen him in action.
Yes, Ludviek, what were you saying?
if there is someone who might be able to talk with this Nareen Jatha, or is it Noren Jatha?
Narthen.
Narthen Jatha.
Neither.
What? Okay. Narthen Jatha. If there is a way to talk with it at least and communicate, I might have the best
Then I suppose I will volunteer.
Not sure I'm okay with this.
Yeah, Minnove. No, I can't ask you to do that.
What did I tell you, Minnove? Sacrificial lion.
So, well, let's think of a way at least to get me out of it in case something happens.
No, don't worry. I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeves.
All right. Well then it'd probably be the best if. All right. As you're going to do this then.
Well, if you think
Ludviek-
about it, if you become connected to Nethrin or Netherai or whatever the fuck it is, and you want to talk to him, well, that's how you can do it. Just like you connected.
Then let us try that. One of you go gather some of the blood. That's hopefully not dry. It probably will be congealed. Contact alone seemed to do it when it was enough. I am going to get out of this armor and then disarm myself. The best thing I can do is at least make sure that if it does take me over, you will have only a simple Rythra to deal with.
Well, if you at least keep your armor on, I could maybe do something more.
I do not want to be cooked alive, Minnove. I do not think that will help my mental.
It will make you stop in your tracks.
And so will a blow to the head.
That is true.
Alright.
All right, you convinced me.
Trust me, it's much. The most you'll have to deal with are these. Chink! And just unsheath his claws. Chink! So. Right, let's prepare for that then.
Ludviek.
Hmm?
It will be fine. You can keep the armor on. My goodness. You're being so dramatic.
You are one to talk, my friend.
Well, let's
Yes.
get the
there's a-
blood.
Time and a place for it.
Let's get
Not
the
me.
blood.
I'm not being dramatic, I'm being pragmatic. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how the word works. Pragmatic. I am
Let's-
being practical.
Let us get the blood and head to the world below, and then try to fuse, or try the thing. Because once we're in there, we don't know where to go, nor do we know how to navigate. And if someone makes
Oh.
Ludviek,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood entirely. I thought you meant you wanted me to try and commune with it now. Here.
well, well, I mean, like if you want to, that's just weird though, because like then we're above ground, and then like it gives it more to like, want it to be excited, be like, oh my god, new guy, let's go take him to like I don't know the frat party or something. I don't
think it quite thinks about like that.
I'm gonna grab the blood.
Yes, grab the blood. I think we're just
Okay.
going to try to go with diplomacy first. And if that doesn't work, destroy the entrance and try to rescue people if possible. And then book it back to Asmara.
I do have one question,
Please.
and perhaps I just missed something, but are we sure it's the blood? Could it not have been the pheromones?
I got the vision when I was sprayed with its acid, which also had some of its blood in it. And then you had it after you had some of the same on yourself, right?
Well, it's a little hard to say because I got assaulted by a lot. So
True.
when it happened, I could not say for certain. But, I mean, if fowler worms have a potent pheromone, wouldn't that make sense? As opposed
Let
to
him
blood?
try the blood thing.
Sure.
Well, the
And if
thing
it
is that
doesn't work, then you're right. If it does work,
in
then it works.
In
That's
Fowler
true.
worm biology, in how they work, the worms themselves excrete an ichor, a blood, that takes over the control of a body. That's how they do it.
Not really blood. It's more like a mucus, but
No, mucus, alright, whatever. It's not slime, it's mucus.
I think that's probably where my disconnect happened.
Okay.
I
I thought it was blood.
can't believe that pheromones can carry so much information, then give you detailed visions and communication.
Have you ever heard of incense?
Sure.
Have you ever used incense?
Not really.
Well then,
Come on, Kari, no need to be incensed about it.
you're the religious one. I can't believe you said some blasphemy like that.
I am trying to levity the situation of I am terrified out of my mind of having to communicate with some creature that control things with their mind.
I mean, you volunteered for it.
Yes, and I am regretting it. But at the same time, if there is a way to move forward peacefully, it is probably the safest way, outside of walking into the den of the beast itself.
I mean, at
this
least
way.
Ludviek, if I may offer one counterpoint to this diplomacy method you're using.
Please, by all means.
If it breaks down, they have so much time to get ready.
They already are ready, when you think about it. They have how many knows we have? They have. Who knows however many worms they could possibly have beneath? How many creatures or other people?
I think you failed to grasp the implication of what I say.
No, I
mean-
understand the implication. The fact is that the enemy in this current state just knows that we have defeated them. We drove back the monsters. It does not know what our current plan of action is. We could have fled back to the city. We could be coming to them right then and there. We could be holed up here, waiting for more.
Exactly, and you're planning to hand all over that information to them on a silver platter.
I'm pretty sure I can guard my mind against them.
All right.
And if
I
it
see.
does start taking me over, that's what I'm leaving up to you and the others.
All right.
You said you had some tricks of your own.
Yeah, I'm merely pointing out that if I were going to go negotiate with them, I'd do it face to face, so that if it broke down, I can stab them right then and there, and not several days away.
Broke down right there. And they had their full force come down us at bear at once. There's no guarantee we could ever get out. But that is, of course, supposing.
You're one of the most stubborn individuals I've ever met.
I think about every single angle, and it is annoying. You think it's annoying for you, it's annoying for me, because my brain just runs at this hyperaction. Da. What about this?
It
What about
does
this?
make us spin our wheels quite a bit.
Yes, I know. I'm lucky I
Anyway,
lit my
how much
bullet
longer
hole.
is it going to be till Minnove comes back with the mucus?
I've been standing here for like a hot minute wondering if
You haven't left!
wondering if that's what my job is or not. I mean, I'm going. Jesus Christ!
I'd gather it with something that is like a shovel, or do not touch it directly.
Use a tissue.
You think so lowly of me. Don't worry. Just
I do not think lowly of you. I just worry for you. I cannot help it.
The
So
cardinal
let's
is going to
see,
write
yeah.
on the paper, what are you all talking about?
I have no idea.
I can't read that.
This is what it says.
Thank you. We're discussing what we're going to be having for tea and biscuits after we finish this whole ordeal. Don't worry, little head.
It's a good thing you don't actually speak Arthari.
No, but Tuki's saying it for me as I'm saying it.
And now it knows that you are lying. Sorry.
No, I'm very
Lavana,
passionate
those are
about
lying.
my tea.
Lavana, I'm sorry. To put it simply, I'm going to try and commune with this Naranjatha. If I can at least try and ascertain its motives, maybe we could find some way to counter it.
I found some!
Alright. The cardinal Lavana will tilt her head, write some more on the parchment. Commune with Narthanjatha? How?
When some of the mucus, or when those dang it, what were the big acid sprayer ones called again?
Cathari.
The Cathari. When the Cathari hit me with acid, I saw a vision of it. And Tuki herself also saw a vision of it as well. You had to basically push it out of her system by purging her of the poison itself. I think the mucus or blood or whatever, when it's in the system, it's what the Fowler worm uses to control a host, but maybe this being, Naranjatha, found a way to do a similar control of others. But I was able to resist it beforehand, and now that I know what to expect, maybe I'll be able to at least... This creature is intelligent. If I could find out more about it, its motives, its wants, its needs, or heck, even how it views others, we know so little. If we were to know more, we'd have a better course of action. And maybe even find out if there are other entrances.
I still believe we should first see the entrance for ourselves and then decide to do stupid things.
No, let him go along with his plan.
Okay. So Minnove comes back a little while later with, I guess, some Fowler worm oil.
So, you gonna let me put this on you, or what? Hold still.
Actually, I just wanted to make sure before we do this. Should we do this? Should we go? Should we attack? Everyone right now, cards on the table.
I am against using the Marcus. I am for seeing for ourselves the entrance.
I'm for finding whatever the hell this thing is and confronting it face on. And the only way that I know is hive mind. If it's a hive mind, then why not integrate into the hive mind? Understand it a little bit better. Stupid, yes, but high risk, high reward.
I wonder if it is not so much a hive mind, but more so a leader commanding, like a queen of ants commanding her soldiers and her workers.
Well, we won't know unless we put it on you.
True. Tuki, what do you think?
If I'm honest, I don't really want to do this at all. I don't want to go to the world below. I don't want to lose function of my body. That both of those things make my yearning crawl. But I do want to save people. I can't just leave knowing that they could be there, but everything in my body is fighting this at all.
And thankfully it's not your body on the line. At least in this moment.
Then most of us want to just go directly there. would you permit me to try this avenue? But if all of you think I should not do this, I will not. And we can instead go directly there and try and rescue.
No, ma'am.
Do what you must.
Can the bird take us to?
Yeah, Lavana said that they know of a way to the
Well,
end.
they know the way in, but can they take us to the mind? Or the leader, or whoever? Do they know where it is?
I believe they said no earlier, yesterday, when we were talking.
I don't think you ever asked that, actually, no.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Dang it.
Because if so, we'll throw this entire group out the window.
You asked if she knew what it was. You never asked if she knew where it was.
Ah, all right. Wow, we went into this entire conversation and thread of an hour when right, one simple question. Right, so, hey, Lavana, do you know where Naranjatha currently is, or at least where they are currently congregating?
The bird looks at the sheet of parchment, tosses one aside, grabs another one, and starts writing out. Before containment broke, Narthanjatha was held in ruins made by the old masters. My tribe's village was directly outside of those ruins, so that we could monitor the seals and make sure Narthanjatha never escaped. I could very easily show you the way to those ruins. I fear it would be dangerous, though. That is where Narthanjatha's core resides, the heart of its personality. It would doubtless be well defended. The bird hesitates for a moment before writing out some more. My tribe, infected, would be protecting it. I don't want to hurt my tribe. I want to free them.
Well, looks like we don't need to put this on anyways. Just go there.
Yes, but wasn't half the point trying to talk to it?
Talk to it. Yes. If you want, I can keep this spit on hand and...
I would say at this point, Lana does not want us to hurt her tribe. I would try to hear Naranjatha's own motives from itself. If it seeks conquest or more, I would say we try to delay it. And maybe forego the rescue mission itself and try and find more forces to take it on.
Alright, well, sounds like you're wanting to take it then.
I'd say...
She'll hold it out.
Alright, well... At this point, he's probably the entire time this conversation has been going on, it's like he's been removing this armor. And it's like, well, at this point I have all the armor off anyway.
Alright.
Just removes his weapons, removes his ring stone. Alright. He sits down, says, alright, Minnove, go ahead. Or, actually, I'll just do it. He just dips his hand into the bucket.
Alright. So.
I trust in all of you. Good at this.
So, you dip your hand into the very slightly dried fowler worm oil. It tingles and kind of burns against your skin as it kind of coats into your fur a little bit. Is there anything in particular you're doing as the oil kind of starts to like tingle against your flesh and make your skin, tingle with like pins and needles?
Want Ludviek to try and focus on the feeling he had when he pushed it out the first time. Like, in a mantra of him doing a prayer to Juna as a way to focus himself.
You mean
I want him to be... I'm sorry, yeah, Suna, not Juna. Completely different person. Yeah.
Juna's the war goddess.
Yes, Suna. Blasted heck. Brain. I'm tired too. Okay.
All right.
So, to Suna, I want him to have that feeling of like when he was pushing it out, only instead of pushing something completely out, it's like he's holding a wave, in a sense. Instead of the tide being pushed back, he's holding it still.
Okay.
It's just beyond his reach.
Okay. Go ahead and make for me. I would say either a religion or a persuasion check.
All right, we'll do persuasion then.
Does anyone want to help him out here?
Is this going on in his head?
I have no idea how.
I mean, none of you can give him advantage, but I know some of you have other options to help him.
Knowing that he's probably doing something, Minnove will cast guidance.
Okay.
That just kind of getting the feeling that he's like, okay, he's going to be fighting with himself or fighting with something, control or whatever.
I don't think there's anything stopping from another bardic inspiration or whatever. I don't know how many of those you have to give out though. So either of you. So
I mean, I guess.
But if that uses up a spell slot, I mean, you already gave me one just for breakfast, so.
I mean, it uses a bardic inspiration.
But Kari gets those back on a short rest too.
Ah, okay.
It's better than Kari than Minnove.
All right.
In my not down, just saying that Minnove gets it back on long rests and Kari does.
All right. All right. Well, with that, I guess I'll do the persuasion check. Here we go. Come on. Ouch. Well, I'll take that guidance. And I guess I'll also take that bardic as well. What is it, a D8 you said?
Yeah.
So
16.
16.
16. All right. So.
Thank you, team.
So as you kind of focus and just sort of turn your senses inward and let the room around you kind of bleed away from your senses, kind of mentally concentrating on this tingling in your palm. After a few minutes, you kind of hear the world around you kind of fading out a bit. And when you open your eyes next, it's not exactly opening your eyes, more like opening an inner eye to an inner space. And as you kind of come to, you see ahead of you that same silhouette that you saw before. Turning in your direction, its long, gangly, neck-like appendage sprouting from its bulbous main body, just this tiny red point at the end, like the lure of an anglerfish.
And Ludviek would just say, I guess in his mind towards it, Naranjatha, I would talk with you.
Narthanjatha, demon of black flesh. An insulting name, would you not agree?
Unfortunately, it is the only moniker I know you as. I would assume then you have a moniker of your own?
No, we do not.
Is that because you have never had to commune with others in such a way? The titles are superfluous?
We were never given one until the Rythar named us. We never had need. We know what we are.
And
You fascinate
what
us.
are you? Oh, we fascinate you.
Yes, you fascinate us. But you asked a question.
The question is, you know what you are. then what do you know yourself as?
We know ourselves as... Kind of shift slightly, as if hunting for words. We are a library. Once we were nothing, just another squirming line, until we found the library, and we became the library. We touched it, and it touched our mind in turn. Others came, joined with us. The library grew in size. The lions, the Rythar, they feared us. Why? Some we touched, and in them we felt such fear, such terror. We did not understand. Yet you reach out to us of your own accord. This has never happened before.
I seek to understand from what I have seen so far, from what I know of the beings called Fowler worms, which you seem to be a part of or control. To us, they are a threat, for they take over the body of one and rob the person of their, well, of everything that makes them them. For us, that is, as you say, terrifying, filled with fear. It is like a death, but without true death itself. But from how you describe it, it is not a death at all, but some sort of union, an archival. When we had first met, you had said the words, "You would know me." I would assume, does this mean that you have known many others?
The flesh of the other one. It was unfamiliar to us. We had not found it before. We have no name for it. The one you purged us from.
I was, in the moment, protecting a friend, an ally, Are you familiar with these terms?
We are familiar with these terms. They were in the library.
This library, does it still speak to you now?
The library does not speak. It is a library, but we perused its contents in the moment we touched. We know its many turns and pages, its every contained thought.
Oh. Out of character, I'm just thinking like the library's either it's either specifically it means a being that exists, or it's tangentially related to that of consciousness itself being that itself of stored memories being it's speaking library as an analogy. That's at least what I'm thinking out of character.
Possibly.
So the question is exactly how to go through this next way. Damn. Ooh. Damn, Skid, you're getting my brain going here. Okay, let's see. Gosh. All right. Then, is it possible that I may be able to impart some information to you without the expansion of another library?
There is only one library. If you wish to share with us, we would welcome it. Thus far, none have shared willingly. They have had to be welcomed into the Black Dream first.
This Black Dream, as you describe it, I've heard it described before, but from much older texts.
You've never heard of the Black Dream, actually.
No, I know. He's basically, he's trying not to say, I'm not trying to reveal that there is
Oh, like you're
another,
bluffing?
yeah, bluffing basically in a sense here.
Okay.
It's like, but it was never fully described. You said you had to bring others into it. Would these people be free to leave the dream?
We could release them, but we do not know why we would. Before the dream, their lives were filled with fear and uncertainty and anguish between all the other moments. In the dream, they know nothing but bliss. We give them this, but they fear it before it takes them. And that only makes the need for the dream greater.
Do you think you are doing them good by bringing them into this dream? Saving them from hardship?
We are. Yes.
Has this always been your goal, or was it something more recent? To my understanding, you were kept locked away for quite a while.
Yes. Once our only goal was to multiply, to inhabit and feast and spawn. But then we found the library, we found the tribe, and they found in their hearts a great fear for us, and they sealed us away. How could we feel anything for them but pity? That their entire lives for generations be consumed by the terror of us, when we have the power to take that fear away, if only they would let us.
To them, and I can only suppose, I cannot speak for them, but as you said before, you are just a creature determined with the base needs to eat, to live, to continue on. And it was after you found this library that they became more fearful of you. Because instead of just being a creature, you became something that could be akin to an army, akin to a force.
They were a force toward us once as well. Before the
As all-
library, we feared them as surely as they now fear us. But we learned not to.
How long has this conversation been in terms of the people just sitting and staring at
Sitting and staring, I'd say that it hasn't been as long on the outside because neurons fire a lot faster internally than they do externally.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, Impulsive, if you're getting tired, you guys,
I'm not.
You-
I'm asking for so that Kari knows how concerned he should be.
I was saying the concern probably would come with, not with time, but more so if he starts twitching or, rising up to strike any of you down.
yeah, externally, Ludviek appears to just be kind of in a meditative state. Maybe occasionally the hand that has the oil on it will twitch a bit, or his whiskers might twitch, but so far he's just being quiet and just breathing.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so that before, okay. Then I would like to offer some more information. Another book for your library, in a sense. Perhaps an explanation, or an answer to questions. I can help you understand the fear that you see from these, from others.
We
The
are
fear.
listening.
The fear itself. Death is something all creatures fear. I would assume even you know of this concept.
We do.
The ending for us all.
The uncertainty
think-
beyond the final breath.
Yes. The thing is, much of what the worms do, many would consider akin to death itself. You say they are in a dreamlike state. And that is possible. Maybe even probable. But the fear comes from the fact that for them, everything they know will end. What they do, what they have, what they hope to be, what they will be. In a sense, it is a form of death, though not total. And that is where the fear comes from. This is, of course, one interpretation.
We hear your words. We would counter. They do not die when they are brought into the Black Dream. Their heart still beats, their blood still pumps, and in the dream they know nothing but bliss. The lives they lead before, rife with conflict and the struggle to survive, a burden we take upon ourselves that they need not.
But a burden itself. What is bliss? If nothing but constant bliss being experienced, what becomes happy then? Would then just the absence of itself be nothing more than torture? Life itself is part of both. It's a balance between the two. As much as we would like nothing more than endless pleasure, there's no point in pleasure without understanding why we seek it. The joys of being with one you love, or being with family, or it's experiencing something new. How would you know the pleasure of tasting good food if you had no concept of what bad food tasted like? How would you know what the loss of a loved one would feel like if you had not loved them in the first place? You give these people, as you call, endless bliss, but I would say you are probably depriving them of the very thing that makes them alive. A half-life. And not out of malice. I understand. To you it seems like a boon. But I would say ultimately, sometimes what we do for others when we think we are helping them, sometimes in our own efforts, we end up hurting them instead. And not out of any form of malice or anger, but just because We do not think beyond the immediate.
You would question us on what value bliss has without the contrast of the suffering. If we had given you cause to believe we erased the lives they led before, that is not true. We cannot erase the lives they have led. When they enter the dream, we can grant them bliss everlasting for so long as their body functions. But we cannot purge what was, merely steer their thoughts away from what was. The contrast that you place so much value in remains, but it doesn't need to be considered within the dream.
Out of character. Damn. Good point. Okay. Okay, back to in character. One second, gotta cough. Okay. This goal of yours, bring others in to your dream, as you say. Do you see it as an obligation now? Something you need to do? Or is it just a goal you have?
We have felt the fear of those who enter the dream before we made the dream. Who did we lose?
Mick.
Nick. Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright. Night, Mick. Alright. Alright, so, what was I saying?
You felt the how people felt before they were in the dream.
Alright. Before, when we joined with others, it was for no other purpose but to spawn and feed and grow. We must still do this. But if in the process of this necessity, we can strip away the pain of others and replace it with the dream, why would we not? Why would we content ourselves with their suffering when we could instead content ourselves with their bliss? We chose not the bed upon which we must lay to spread ourselves. We chose not the food we must eat to sustain ourselves. We chose not the nature by which we must abide. We can only choose the ways in which we pursue the satisfaction of these goals. We do not wish to create suffering. We instead will take it away where we can. The dream is our answer.
His dream. From how you describe it, it does sound like a well-intentioned action. And yes, no, well, I am not a god. I'm not your creator. I can offer no answers towards how or why you were created the way you are, any more than I can say for how I was created, or how I eat, or continue my line. For what you have done with what you have, if I were to be impartial, I'd almost say it is very amicable. At the same time, it is also dangerous. And the fear I have is not one of immediate, but of what might happen in the future. What has happened so far between our peoples, mine and yours, those from above and you from below, or even from the Rethiri who guarded your cell. I would seek not to have more bloodshed happen, just as you would seek no more fear or pain. But at the same time, your dream is one that I cannot accept. And it is based around many things. But of the most important one, would be that you rob them of their choice. The choice to join your dream. Have you asked any of them? I assume you are capable of doing so, are you not?
Without one in the dream, we have no mouth with which to speak. When at last we did have a mouth with which to speak, we had no chance to offer words, and even if we had, their fear would have blinded them to their meaning. It is for this reason we answered first with force. History has taught us that words will not be heard. We are regretful that we made the wrong choice with you.
In fairness, and in understanding, at that time, all we knew was that the worms were attacking and using other creatures' bodies. At that time, it was nothing more than a wild animal needing to be dealt with. But we have proven with this dialogue back and forth that we are trying to at least reason with one another. I would make an understanding with you. I seek that the ones you have taken from this monastery, and the Rethari that you have taken from that village, my goal would be to see them released from your dream and unharmed. What would you seek in recompense for such a thing?
Make for me a persuasion check.
Oh, jeez. Come on, dice. Persuasion, right?
Yes.
Persuasion, yes. Alright, and I've lost everything, so come on.
11.
Bridge.
Marthanjatha regards you quietly for a few moments. You would ask that we surrender nearly all we have. What would you offer in exchange?
Even now, I would assume even the base things of your previous self are important. The need to eat, the need to continue, the need to survive.
Of course. That is the trade we offer those who enter the dream. We grant them bliss, but their bodies cannot last forever. When those eventually perish, they serve to preserve us. As we said, we cannot choose our nature. We must abide by it. But we can choose the angle from which we approach it. Before the library, we would not have cared for their suffering.
And what I would have to offer. What can I offer? In truth, all I can offer would be ideals and promises. And yes, I know that makes me not very good of a negotiator. But I feel at this point, with you, with one of your knowledge and understanding, that at that point, truth would be the best way forward. To have your existence snuffed out would be a gross tragedy. Something was born of your past, something new, and something of this world itself. Something that has a purpose. Every being has a purpose in this world. Yours may have changed with your evolution into what you are now. So what I would offer would be this. A promise that the Rethiri that had feared you before would not harm you again. Instead, I would have a new legend carved from your name. Not one of Rajatha. And in this, perhaps we could forge a different story of what you are. Something new, something different. You need to continue, as much as understand. I can think of 12 different ways off the top of my head of things we could say to others, but I know many will see you as continued as a threat, regardless of any change. What I could offer would be knowledge. Knowledge on how to change yourself further. Targets you could hunt. Perhaps instead of going for any Raithar or human or Kraven, you might be content with just the creatures of the wild. And while I would be asking you to ignore our suffering, I would say that might actually be the best way for continued survival. Let us continue to suffer, and grow, and live, so that you may continue to exist, survive, and grow.
Arthanjatha sort of tilts its head at you. You would offer that the Raithar now inhabiting my dream would not harm me again. But you are not of them. You cannot make that promise. You would encourage me to seek growth and knowledge through the infection of the beasts of the wild, but knowledge is not what we seek. We have knowledge. The library bestowed it. We seek to do as we have always done with the intention of purging pain. You would ask us to let you suffer. If we were to ask you, Sunan, to let a man freshly removed of one of his limbs bleed to death upon the ground, could you do it? Could you let him suffer so? Could you turn your back Or would you do as your heart commands and heal him?
I would heal him. But I feel in this analogy, what you do is not fully healing, but more so that of a cauterizing of a wound. One that shock itself can kill. And I do not think you do it out of malice, as you have said. You have shown, at least with your words, that you do not seek that. Here's what I see happening in the future. Our civilizations, our cultures, are on a clash. One that will lead either to the expunsion of one or the other. Entirely based around not fear, but the need for survival. And as one who follows Suna, I would not seek for that to happen. That death, that ultimate death that would come. It's a tragedy to be avoided. One that is inevitable in many regards, but does not need to be hastened to. What I would hope that at this moment is that you might seek to understand, at least, their fear. And it is not born out of irrationality, but out of the need to survive. As you say, they do not last long in the dream, but it is blissful. It is that part, the not lasting long. In a sense, it is no different than a lion eating his prey for sustenance.
As a lion yourself, that is your nature, is it not?
Yes. I would find it abhorrent, however, to eat another Raithari, another Raithar, or to eat a Kraven, or even a human. I would find such actions to be abominable, disgusting upon a level of that I could not describe. No, I could
You
describe.
would fear to do so?
Yes. Very.
That is why we have the dream. That you need know that fear no more.
I guess I used the wrong term there. Forgive me. What I meant was I do not fear it, in the sense that I do not wish it to happen. I am repulsed by it, in that it is abhorrent to my very self. For me to eat another being that can think and reason would be me too akin to murder. To kill another without need.
We believe we may have reached an impasse.
It is possible. When we spoke earlier, you spoke of Suna, my faith, as a fiction. I assume you said so because, to you, it is just another story. Another book in your library?
Not in our library, no. It came from the others who inhabited your monastery. Some now sleep in the dream, and from them we learned of your Suna. A foreign word, young by comparison to some. A foreign persona, infantile compared to some. We dubbed it a fiction, for we see no reason to see it any other way. A story born of a different age that does not reach back to the one we know, or the Rythar who now sleep in the dream. You say...
Phantasm is...
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
You say all life has its place, that Suna grants them this place. If this were true, why then would the Rythar who have known us so long decry us as demon? And if it is true, why would so many oppose us in our effort to find our place? To be in our place.
Would not creatures always struggle to survive? Sorry, brain. Ugh. Do not all creatures struggle to survive? It is from this very part. It's from this very thing. The fear that you have talked about before. They see you as demon, because you are a threat. Sometimes the answer is incredibly simple, as much as we might not want it to be. They named you a demon, and what the Fowler Worms did, and do, is to many seen as a horrendous part of nature. Some so much that they even deny that it is part of nature. But no different than a worm, or a parasite, or a bug, or a small mammal, or any creature which has a symbiosis or parasitic relationship. What you are is that of something that can be reasoned, and that is different from any animal. So any comparisons are only surface level. Skin deep, if you will. I believe that the words and the story, as you said, the fiction that is around you, could be changed. You said you do not want people to have their fear anymore, or even their pain. That is a good thing. But the way that it is happening right now, I believe it can only lead to destruction in time. People will see this as another threat. One that's probably even existential to them. That is why I asked for the returning of the people within the dream. That's why I asked for the returning of the Rythar.
They are...
I believe... Go ahead.
They are part of the dream now. And beyond that, they are our hands and our armor, though we would rather a different word. They protect us as they nourish us. To release them as you ask would be to shed our flesh and discard that by which we might defend ourselves. We cannot do this. You ask us also to try to understand their fear without purging it. We do not know that we can, with those so unwilling to hear our words. You are willing to hear our words. If you would have us understand fear without purging it, would you volunteer yourself?
It is a question indeed. I would say, as you said, if you were to let them all go, you would be out without a means to defend yourself. But I would say that it is not yours to begin with. You have taken it from others. But if I were to offer you an alternative that might go some way.
If you would have us release them from the dream and understand their fear, then we would bid you descend and join us. There we might speak more honestly, more freely. We cannot know your fear from here regardless. The oil, it touches our minds, but affords nothing more. We can no more welcome you into the dream more, understand your innermost thoughts than we can see through the surface of a stone.
I cannot give you an answer at this time, for there is much I have yet to consider. But I think I will take you up on that offer to help you understand better. At least in the sense of communication. I do not promise that you can have my flesh, nor my mind, but that I will at least try to help you understand more. Perhaps in time, an option will show itself, one that I have not considered.
Perhaps. And perhaps not. The oil wears thin, however, and you have given us much to consider. We would have time to ruminate. We will send something for you when we are ready to speak again. We trust our messenger will not meet with harm.
I will let others know that you will send one. As long as it does not attack us, then I assume, yes, it shall.
Very well, then. We thank you for hearing our words. May there be more in the days to come. And then the silhouette sort of folds back, winks out into a single point. You blink open your eyes, sort of suck in a gasp of air, and you're back in the monastery with the others. And I think that's where we'll call it for the night.
Sorry, guys, for taking so long. I'm trying to rack my head how to talk to an Eldritch abomination.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I think you did well.
I did so well that Mick and Impulsive have fallen asleep on their keyboards. They're now going to have waffle face.
Oh, I'm awake.
Okay, good. Waffle face avoided.
All right. Well, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for joining us for this session of Ringlight Fables. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, keep listening, and don't be a dick. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.